go. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our Wednesday Dungeons & Dragons stream. I'm Sasha Jace, your GM. With me tonight, as always, always, I say, it's our second night, so hopefully always, are my excellent players, Karin Lowbreeze as Grognar the Hungry, Vanamore as Juliet Von Aster, Dalix as Milo Greenbottle, and Zyprex as Terran Keyreth. Thank you guys all for coming out. Quick reminder to everyone in chat, I can see chat, but I'm not going to be responding to you guys during the game. It's a lot to keep everything straight and juggle the millions of moving parts that is D&D, and unfortunately it means that I can't really focus and chat with you guys, but we all very much appreciate you guys coming and hanging out, and I hope to see you guys reacting and chatting amongst yourselves about what's coming and where things are going. I'm as excited to see what you guys think is going to happen as much as I am what's actually going to happen. So, I hope you guys enjoy. All of our music and stuff tonight is from Sirenscape. If you are not aware, Sirenscape is a subscription library for all sound effects, music, background noise that you could want for your tabletop games, role-playing games, all that kinds of good stuff. You can use exclamation music? Sound. Thank you, Zai. I forgot my own command. Exclamation sound in chat. Yeah. You can That's true, I should do that. I should just make it both of them. It would be so much easier. Exclamation sound in chat will give you links to Sirenscape so you can go check it out. It's a pretty reasonable rate, and it's all royalty-free sound. So once you have a subscription to them, you can stream it and use it on your streams. It's fantastic, and it has done an amazing job of setting the tone for our campaign so far, as my players will attest. What happened last week, guys?
Lots of things.
We had we had some good food. We were on a caravan and then things started going wrong. I didn't like it very much.
We really got quite turned around.
That's like putting it lightly. Yeah. We somehow found our way to a city, though, which is fortunate. It's a good thing there's nothing wrong with the city, though. Absolutely nothing wrong with the city.
Absolutely nothing.
Oh, yeah. You guys remember, like, the carriage driver? Yeah, me neither.
No.
What carriage driver are you talking about?
Yeah, it's a good thing there weren't any.
One of us was driving, I think.
We were just wandering on foot.
There were no chocobos, no carriage driver. It was just us.
Wagon.
We're also not.
kobolds.
We are absolutely not in the past, and in a city that was supposed to be destroyed around the time that we're in it. But no big deal.
Or
I think
maybe
we had
it's
too
a
much
hallucination.
Yeah.
Or
The
We're not
waitress
sure
of the
yet.
inn, she spiked our drinks.
The one waitress, right? There could possibly have been two.
Yeah, no. And we happen to be in a cellar right now, but it's a good thing there was nothing strange in the cellar.
There certainly wasn't a meat room with a tooth in it.
No, that's absolutely unheard of.
Yeah, no, that's pretty ridiculous.
We were just down here checking what flavors of spaghetti sauce they had. Dan happened to really like one.
So, to put all of that into a little bit more context, our heroes set out to South Figaro, and en route, as they pass through the Saber Mountains, their wagon train gets itself lost in a dense fog. While lost in the fog, their wagon gets separated from the rest of the train and then assaulted by kobolds? Lizardmen?
Yes.
Kobold arrow rain that didn't hit
The
the
two-
driver in the neck at all.
They hit the driver, they killed one of the two chocobos driving the cart, the other chocobo ran off into the fog and was not seen again. The chocobo that was struck died. The driver was critically wounded, which Juliet very quickly stabilized and saved. They then got themselves lost in the fog, made a small
Tactical
camp.
misdirection.
Tactical misdirection.
Yes.
Taryn was able to find a small creature that seemed to beckon him along and lured him towards a mountain town. Lured might be the wrong way. Directed him to a small town in the foothills of this valley in the mountains. When the group as a whole arrived, the biting cold from the fog seemed to abate, and it turns out the town is Narshe, which died as a town 20 years ago in a coal mining fire. So that's interesting. The group stays at an inn. They get themselves some food, get some rest. In the morning, no one knows who the driver is. He's gone. The innkeeper doesn't remember him ever being there, only remembers the four of them. The girl that served them the night before turns up dead in a cellar. When they investigate the body, they find themselves trapped, and a hole opens in the wall that when they explore it, find it full of zombies and weird monstrous bug things that once they have dealt with them, finds themselves back in the cellar, but there's no body.
Yes.
All of that to basically say that the highlight of last Wednesday was the fact that in the first 30 seconds of the game, we had heated seating.
Yeah. Just
It all went downhill from there.
So, are we ready to continue on?
Yes, I have been waiting.
Ready is
True.
kind of a strong word, but...
Ready to, like, get out of the cellar, and we should probably, like, get a move on and trying to figure out what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Or just wait for something like this to happen again and see that it goes even worse than it did this time.
Yes, we are all just going to stay in the cellar until it happens again.
So let's continue on with our journey into the world of darkness, shall we? So when you guys came back from the other world, you find yourselves standing in the tavern cellar, and Grognar, I believe you had checked a couple of the canisters and determined that they had turned back into normal food. The stairway that leads out of the cellar has reappeared, and you guys are just sort of a little bit disoriented as you are like wholesale transported from one location to another. And in your disorientation as you stand there, you can hear a rattling of the cellar doors, and they open to reveal Sylvana Rafton, the proprietress of the inn, looking down at you with a very confused look on her face. And she says, "What are you doing down here? How did you get down here? Why are you here?"
Would that we could tell you, but...
Would it be weird to say
I don't
that
rightly know.
I think we were investigating a murder?
Look, honestly,
A murder?
What happened? Don't mind him. He is scared of bugs, and he just had to be reassured that the place was clean. So we brought him down here to check on it, and everything's fine. We were on our way right back up.
Oh, yes. Yeah, it was me murdering the bugs, not the other way around. I'm sorry.
Well, I assure you that I keep and run a very clean establishment. It's a little insulting that you think that there might be an infestation of sorts. I would ask that you please return to the tavern, and we will leave it at that. Yes?
Do you by chance have a woman under your employee by the name of what was her name?
I think it was Diana.
Yes,
Delphina.
Diana.
No, I know no one of this name.
Okay, we'll be on our way.
And she'll sort of just step to one side of the cellar and hold the door open and wait for the four of you to leave.
I promptly leave.
No, I want to leave. Excuse me. I'll just be on my way.
Change your map.
Hey, this one's way less scary.
So much nicer. Time to get some food again.
Is it breakfast time already? Or dinner time, maybe? I don't remember, honestly.
I think our breakfast.
So when you guys had come into the cellar previously, it was just right around breakfast time. You had just come down after your night's rest, had a meal. That's when you had the discussion that the wagon driver had been missing. And that's when you heard the scream from downstairs and went to investigate. When you come back up, it looks to be about the same time of day.
Oh.
Ah.
And for us, how long did it feel like we were stuck in that world?
You probably would have felt like you'd been there maybe an hour, maybe two.
Okay.
But yeah, so you return to the tavern and it's quiet like it was when you left earlier. There's a few workers still coming through, picking up like something for a breakfast on their way to the mine or something for their lunch later in the day maybe. Evelyn's having a little bit of chat with a customer or two here and there. But otherwise, it's pretty quiet. There's a grandfather clock that's ticking away quietly on one side of the inn. A open stone hearth that's got a boiling pot of porridge on it. Just quiet morning.
I still believe we should head over to the temple. Something clearly is amiss here. I don't feel it's safe.
I definitely think we should continue exploring this lovely town.
Lovely is rather kind.
Maybe we can ask the innkeeper if there are any points of interest we might go and see, as we are visiting anyways.
I mean, she loves you so much. Why not go ask?
Okay then. I certainly will. Oh gosh, darn it, mouse cursor. I will approach the innkeeper and be like, "Excuse me, miss."
Evelyn will turn and she smiles kind of brightly to you and she goes, "Yes, how can I help you this morning?"
Me and my compatriots after your delicious breakfast that we had a little while ago, are looking for a little bit of, I guess we're going to go see the sights of the town. Do you recommend anywhere where we might go? Any place interesting?
There's not a whole lot of sightseeing to be had here. Narshe we're a mining town, to be honest. There's not a whole lot here to see. There's the temple, I guess. Occasionally we get pilgrims who come to make offerings there. There if you're into ancient artifacts, they have found a few baubles here and there in the mines, but I don't know a whole lot about that. You might want to speak with Valthrin, the local archivist and wizard. He might have some more information about that kind of thing, but I don't know where else you'd go for sightseeing. Unless you really like coal, you could go, I suppose, and look at all the coal.
Well, it certainly does provide some warmth, I suppose. Well, thank you for
It's
your
true.
information. I'll talk to my
Welcome.
comrades about it.
Very best. If you need anything, let me know. And if there's anything we can do for you here at Rafton's, just give us a shout.
Certainly. Thank you very much. So I go back to everybody and I will tell them about there is the coal mine where there are supposed artifacts that have recently been unearthed, and about the local wizard and archivist who's been documenting the artifacts and the coal mines and
I wonder
stuff.
if that's that Shaft 22 thing we heard the guards talking about.
Perhaps.
I would like to just discuss something, frankly. We are
Oh.
all rather in agreement that where we are currently is not where we were before.
Yes.
We are
think
totally
that's
upstairs
reasonable.
instead of downstairs.
Well, I mean, in a literal sense, yes.
I lived through hearing the stories of what happened to Narshe.
Yeah.
We are not at all where we were supposed to be. So
This
frankly,
We've already established that the time we're in now is not right.
correct.
Or the
and
town isn't.
if what
Both.
and if what the priestess at the temple said is true, that we are in late November, the time that the explosion happened would not be far from now.
I don't think we'd really want to be caught in that.
If history is to repeat itself, we either need to be proactive about figuring out what is happening here and how to stop it from happening, or we need to leave. But I don't feel right now.
If we leave,
leaving
what's
all
to
these
say we
people.
don't get thrown back into that fog?
If we don't leave, who's to say we're not the cause? Maybe this is a loop and we've done this before and we need to leave instead of cause it. Maybe we have nothing to do with any of this and we should leave and not blow up. Maybe we can stop it.
Or maybe we were sent here to prevent it. We have knowledge of what happens to Narshe, but not knowledge of how or what exactly happened. All that we know is that the mines are still functional. And that something is...
It was supposed to be a coal fire, but a coal fire doesn't leave an area toxic for that long, does it?
No.
A coal fire would also not annihilate an entire town.
Real quick thing for the DM, by the way. I don't know if you have any music or stuff playing, but I know I at least am not hearing anything. So.
Yeah, neither am I at the moment.
Okay, it might just be really low.
That's what I thought it might, because I thought I heard like a dish clanking once, but I didn't hear anything else. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I've been trying to tinker with the volume.
Okay.
I think what we ought to do is either check out the coal mines or maybe talk to the priestess again and clue her in on what we know.
But what to say, she doesn't
Be
also...
in on it.
Either she's in on it or she'll just think we're crazy like everybody else does.
Well, we have to find somebody to trust.
It's...
No, I agree that we talk to her, but I say we talk to her before we agree to trust her.
I think that's fairly reasonable.
I think that's reasonable as well.
And I think that's on the way to the coal mines, but I'm not sure, so we might be able to do both in one stretch.
It might also seem prudent to talk with Valthrin about the find in what was it, shaft 23?
I think it was shaft 22. Those really only seem to be the closest leads we've got right about now.
Let us explore them.
Question for the DM. The way that these towns are
Yep.
run, is there like a mayor, usually, or somebody that's in charge of the town? And would I know
Generally, yes.
of like who would have been at that point?
Make a history check.
Mika sounds pretty good now as well.
Yeah, I figured.
Okay.
It is on the low end, so might miss subtle clues. Nice.
Oh, poop. Where does Zane go? You know that Narshe was being a mining town. They had sort of a mayor. The mining company that ran Narshe was owned and run by an Ernest Podreg, and he styled himself as sort of like a local lord and mayor, I guess, of the town. His father before him was seen as sort of like a real upstanding kind of person, and when he passed and Ernest took over, the town was just like, yep, we like the Podregs. They're great people. They keep us employed. They keep us safe and fed and warm and all of this good stuff. So he had a pretty good reputation. So he would be the closest thing to a leader.
So let's walk into the town and see where the mines are and see whether we want to go there first or go back to the temple.
Sounds good to me.
Sure. Alright, so I'm gonna send you guys the town map. And I can't remember if I set myself up with a marker for you guys to use. That's not the button I wanted. I don't think I did. So let's... I like this new token navigator, and I don't like this new token navigator.
Oh, apparently I'm taking a nap.
Yeah, I think you still have the,
You have not pushed the button in X amount of minutes.
Is that what that means? Oh, okay.
It doesn't boot you that I'm aware of.
It's just saying you're AFK in theory, so...
No, I'm still here, Fantasy Ground.
Let's use... Oh, where did your token go, Van?
Just have Karn point.
There it is.
Yeah, point on
There
the
you go.
screen and figure it out.
Can you guys see the token on the map?
Mm-hmm.
Almost to scale.
Can you move the token on the map?
Somebody
Yeah, looks like it.
Okay, excellent. Fantastic. Lock tokens, so you guys can go where you like. So as you come out of the inn, the main thoroughfare there's a fair bit of busyness. The market square is a little busy, and the flower girl is there selling her flowers again. You can see workers heading back towards the on this map to the back of the map as they headed to work. The entrance to the mines are back there. The blacksmith to your right, the green colored building, they are currently closed at the moment, but the general goods shop, there's a sort of a lanky human in a brown vest. He's there sweeping the main step and sort of waves to some of the passerbys.
Perhaps we should stop in.
Where do you guys go?
Could go browse his wares.
Wouldn't hurt to have a few more supplies on this side.
At the least, we could ask him some very discreet and subtle questions while we shop.
Can we manage to be discreet and subtle?
Hopefully. The shop then?
Yeah, to the shop.
Subtlety.
I really like these maps.
Sasha. Bobo says we're quiet.
Yeah. How do I make you guys louder?
We could scream.
Are we starting the chorus episode where we all just sing?
Oh yes.
D&D the musical.
It would probably so.
There we go. Hopefully that's a little better. So as you come, oh, let's change the town sound. We're not being anymore. As you enter as you approach the shop, the man on the step smiles and he goes, "Welcome, you're new. I don't think I've seen you before. What brings you to Narshe?"
We got lost in the fog. We're part of a caravan, ended up stumbling in last night.
Oh, I haven't heard of that happen in a while. I'm Barrowin Wilderson. This is my general goods. If you give me a moment, I'm just opening up. If you need any supplies before you head back out on the road or to renew yourselves, be happy to have you come in and take a look around. Just give me a moment, please. And he'll duck back inside, and you can see him through a window, sort of just finishing up organizing and stuff for the morning, and then he'll come and he'll turn the little wooden placard on the door over to being open, and you hear the door unlock, and then he moves in behind the counter at the back.
I'm kind of looking around. Do I see like anything like that catches my eye that might not be normal for a general goods shop, or things that might be specifically useful that we're missing, like maybe healing potions?
Healing kits. For sure.
Let me see if I can I share this? I think I can.
Do we get a menu for the store?
Ooh.
Hey!
Wow, look at that.
I see some cooking utensils.
Oh boy.
Oh, while we're shopping, Bobo... Oh, never mind. He says it's okay. I was gonna say he was talking about the music, but he just said it's okay.
Oh, there's no arrows, dang it.
None?
Not gonna
Healers?
see him.
There's
No healing
healers
potions,
for-
no arrows.
If I might request that we all buy soap, jeez. My D&D characters carry swords. Adventuring gets messy.
I want to buy a pair of some cook's utensils, because you never know when you need to make food.
Cook.
Now, we just drag this stuff over and it'll charge us, right?
No, it's not automatically going to deduct from your total your total money. You'll have to do that yourself. But you should just be able to drag items from the list to your inventory. The only stuff that he has like really limited inventory on will have numbers specifically for them. So he sells, for instance, hempen rope in 1 foot lengths, and he has up to 50 feet of it available.
Okay.
There we go. We deduct 100 gil. I bought some cook's utensils.
So, Berwin will bring you, Grognar, a wooden case, and in the case you can see a fine set of knives, a shiny steel spatula, like all of like the stuff that you could want to like work your kitchen, short of pots and pans and things.
I am super excited.
Grognar's dream come true.
Right? I am going to grab a couple of things like mirror, spare clothes, lamp, that sort of thing.
Very good. He'll take some for clothes and stuff. He'll take measurements and he'll help you find sizes that fit you. Help round up all of those items that you're looking for. Bring up your total.
Handy.
Send me woodcarver's tools.
The woodcarver's kit would be it's going to be like a set of small knives. They're not suitable for like stabbing and stuff, but they would be they're great for intricate carving, wood whittling, all of that sort of thing.
Might pick up a couple candles, I think. Like 5, probably.
Rope might be handy to have as well.
That's what I was thinking. So John was gonna help
Oh, I actually have hemp rope, so I guess I'm good on rope. I didn't think I had any at first, but, you know, could be handy for other people to have as well.
I do have a question. This hammer,
Yes, sir.
that's more of an all-purpose hammer. You wouldn't want to go around defending yourself with something like this, right?
No, I mean, you could probably beat someone pretty hard with it, sir, but it's meant for driving nails, not so much for cracking skulls.
Perfect. That's exactly what I was looking for.
Yeah, it's a pretty standard like claw hammer. Like, you could hurt someone with it, but this is not like a warhammer type thing.
It's like we're hammering in nails more than...
Yeah, that's more what I'm looking for, is like pittons or makeshift pittons or like removing hinges, like just general purpose hammer.
Yep. This would do the job for you, sir.
Do the tankards come with beer?
No, unfortunately, it's still separate. But I do believe Savannah at the inn can probably set you up with some.
Good to know.
Oh, how many sheets of parchment does he? It's just one parchment sheet.
10 gil
One
per
sheet for 10
sheet.
gil, yeah.
Yeah, but he has more than enough. Like, unless you're going to go, I want to buy all the paper, he's got enough to meet your needs.
May I take 5 pieces of parchment paper and the ink pen and ink well? Oh,
Yes,
actually,
my dear.
oh wait, it's 1,000 gil for ink. Ooh.
For a 1 ounce bottle.
Yeah,
I think.
for a 1 ounce bottle of ink. An ounce of ink will last you a long while.
I'll take it.
Excellent.
2,000. So it's be 1,502 gil. No.
For what do we got? 5 sheets of
1,052.
parchment. 5 sheets of parchment would be 50 gil. An ink pen would be 2 gil, and a bottle of ink would be 1,000.
Handy dandy calculator.
So
Sounds
1,052.
Like so much.
Yeah. And these prices aren't modified, so just so that you guys know, because I did change the currency to a single unit, these are the same prices as the player's handbook. 1 gil is 1 copper, 10 gil is 1 silver, 100 gil is 1 gold. So the prices are exactly the same, just converted to a single unit.
That seems fair.
Alright, I am good whenever everyone else is.
Yeah, I'm good.
I do need one more thing. I closed the shop. If you could send it back to me real quick.
Sure.
I forgot to snag the clothes that I specifically asked about.
Yeah.
Because I'm that good.
Oh, my mess kit only comes with... that's fine. I can carry one later.
Taryn and Juliet, can I get perception checks from the two of you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Why not?
Man, perception bonus.
Juliet, you're pretty focused on your shopping at the moment. Taryn, you notice that Berwyn has a calendar on the back wall that corresponds with it's like a single tear calendar. So each page on it is a single day, and it currently reads. Why am I having trouble again with stuff? That it is November 5th. There's also a grandfather clock on the back wall that says that it is 10 after 6.
November 5th? Is that... That was...
6, okay. November 5th would line up with what we thought to begin with. I don't want to draw the party's attention to it while we're in the store, just because I don't want anybody getting, like, panicked, something Juliet, but I will once we leave. Bring it up.
So when it looks like you guys are finished with your shopping, Berwyn will offer a friendly smile. He goes, "Is there anything else I can do for you today?"
I think I'm fine, thanks.
Do you happen to know anybody who sells arrows?
I think, I Coal Striker, the blacksmith, sells arrows. I believe he's the sort that you would be more looking for in that regard.
Alright, thank you.
Linkits, would the temple supply them or someone else here in the village?
Sorry, what was that, man?
Healing kits? Would those be at the temple or somewhere else here in the village?
I think that would be something Sister Lenora might be able to help you with. She's generally the one we go to when we're feeling a little under the weather.
Understandable, thank you.
You're very welcome. I hope to see you again.
So, I do have a quick question for you while we're shopping. I
Yes, sir.
heard at the end a couple other places people were talking about this new discovery in the coal mine. You know
Yes, it's
anything
been
about that?
it's
Sounds
been
like-
very good for business. It's been very good for business. There's apparently, this is what I've heard, because we've had a number of new travelers lately, and they're mostly, what's the word? Archaeologists, I think, is what they're called. And they're here because they found a ruin at the bottom of one of the mines, and it's an Allegan ruin, and I never was very good at history myself, but it's a big deal in those dusty book circles. The folks that are all about stuff that happened thousands of years ago.
Yes.
Yes, they have
Pay a lot
been.
of money.
They do for like the simplest of things. Shovels. I have never sold so many shovels in my life. And I live in a mining town. You have to understand the irony in this.
To find broken teacups.
Now, is this area open to the public, or?
I don't think so. I believe there was some concern that it might be trapped, or the mine shaft might not be stable. I don't remember the details. Because, to be honest, Valthrin, he just doesn't shut up sometimes, and you end up tuning him out after about 2 minutes. And I know that there was a hazard with it of some kind, and it's off limits to the general public, and anyone looking to go in has to speak with Valthrin. Or maybe it was Captain Kelpham. I don't remember who you were supposed to speak with.
Okay.
You're supposed to speak with someone.
I have a question for you. You're a local. You probably know. I've always wanted to see one of the bookish types actually doing work or digging in the dirt. Is there maybe a
Yes.
place that the locals might know that we could see without maybe having to cut through the red tape if we had to leave soon?
The Delphina, the herbalist girl who has the cart in the main square. You should speak with her. She was saying something about seeing some people just outside of town doing something. I think it might have been some of these archaeologist folks, but I don't rightly know. But she's the one who is usually bringing that sort of information in, as she is out looking for her herbs and flowers and things. She might know if there's a place outside the mines. That or Valthrin. Valthrin has made this his pet project. If anyone knows where these things could be dug up, he would know.
Sure. I'd just really like to see some of them bookworms digging in the dirt. I think it'd be fun.
It's it's hard to imagine, but apparently they do a lot of it.
Trouble you with one more thing, sir. Could you
Of course.
do me a favor? And I'm gonna take out a piece of parchment and the ink that I just bought.
Hmm.
On this piece of paper, could you write your name down for me, as well as Delphina's name?
Sure. Gives you sort of a curious look and takes the stylus from you, dips it in the pen, and writes his name and the flower girl's name on the page.
And could you sign your name next to it as well? I think I just want to start collecting autographs. I'm new to this, town and all that. It's a hobby of mine.
Sure. Who am I to turn down a request from a lovely lady? And then he signs his name next to where he printed both
I'm very
names.
flattered. Thank you. And I'll carefully take the parchment paper back and secure my ink pen.
Well, I wish you a good day, and hopefully we will see you again soon. Don't forget, if you need anything before you set out, Wilderson's has you covered.
Many thanks.
Good day.
Where are we going now? Back out to the town?
Yeah.
I did not put a quick link on this map.
I'll look over to Milo and ask, did you want to speak to Delfina first before we head over to the temple?
We might as well. I think she's a little closer.
She is, yes. Her cart, I believe, should be right over here. I might actually see if she has any flowers today.
And hope that isn't the whole thing that caused everything.
Am I buying her flowers, please?
No, the flowers themselves. All this has me paranoid about every little thing. I don't know what to trust and not trust.
Yeah.
As you exit from the shop, you sort of look around the market square to try to figure out where the flower girl is. Juliet, a young woman, bumps into you and sort of backs up. She's holding this metal tablet-looking thing. It's about maybe an inch and a half wide, maybe 2-3 inches long, and she looks up from it at you, and she's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm totally in my own head. I was not paying attention. So very sorry." And this little blonde girl with this like rugged and ratty backpack and faded reddish tunic will head on into the general goods store.
It was a girl or it was a woman?
Girl, probably in her 20s or so.
Okay. And her
Early 20s maybe?
Or...
Not tattered in a I am a poor street urchin kind of way. More in a I don't really take care of my appearance, and I have been on the road for who knows how many weeks kind of way.
Okay.
She had like a rugged backpack and stuff on.
I'll look in her direction for a moment, but she went off into the store. I'll still follow with my party, but kind of like keep glancing over my shoulder back in the direction of the store, see if she leaves.
Sure. You might roll a perception check. See if you catch a look at her through a window. So as you sort of step away and you're like, what? This after this person just sort of crashes into you almost. You look through the window into the general store and you can see this girl. She is talking with Barrowin and she is buying. He's putting some stuff on the counter and he's got a shovel and a pickaxe and rope. And she's pointing at different things and whatnot. And you swear that she is the spitting image of the girl that served you dinner the night before.
Oh, Diana. Oh. I'm going to motion for everyone to stop, and I'm just gonna keep like peeking into the window, like quite blatantly, I guess, staring. Because Juliet and subtlety don't really go together.
Sure.
And I'll just wave them like back, like come.
What is it?
The young woman that just bumped into me. You see her over there at the counter?
I'll look. Do I also have to make a perception check as well?
No. Not if you've come over. But can I get all of you to roll a stealth check? Roll it with advantage. There's a crowd and stuff. Roll it with advantage. There's a crowd and stuff outside. And no one's actively looking for you.
With advantage.
So I have a
Yeah.
question. Can
I'll
I
just
even
roll it one more time.
Can I even see, like, over the window? I'm only like 3 foot tall.
If I see him
17.
struggling, I'm just going to lift him.
Sure.
Yeah, because that's stealthy.
Master of
look at my
stealth.
rolls.
Okay. So yeah, you guys all sort of like duck up against the side of the building. You're sort of trying to peek over the lip of the window, and Milo, you stand there on the ground. And you look up, and you're like, "What is the big deal?" And Juliet will pick you up like you're a little kid and sort of hold you in front of the window so that you can look in.
I am.
And yeah, you can see a girl that looks, aside from the fact that she is in a more disheveled state than she was when she served you dinner the night before, you can see a girl in the general store, and she seems to be shopping for a bunch of digging tools and supplies. She's got shovel, pickaxe, rope, some other like wooden containers and things that Barrowin is setting up for her, and yeah, she just sort of, it looks like the girl you saw the night before.
That's
That's who
odd.
we were looking for.
That's
Who
peculiar.
died, isn't it?
Well, did she die? Like, they didn't even know who she
They
was.
didn't
when we
know
got
who
back.
she was, and there was no body when we got back.
Yeah,
But
the body
we saw
disappeared.
her.
We saw her and we didn't see her. I don't know which is true and which isn't.
I'm going to ask her name when she gets out.
I didn't hear anything Zai just said.
Did you not? No.
I don't know if anybody else did hear.
No.
But I didn't hear you, but I do hear you now.
Okay, weird.
What did you say, Zoe?
Ask her name.
I heard that. So the you guys will sort of sit and watch for a little bit, and when she finishes her shopping, she'll turn and she'll come out, and she sort of notices you, Juliet, looking through the window, probably because Milo is like holding onto the sill in front of you, and you're this sort of like awkwardly, you look like you're trying to hide, but also hold Milo so that he can see, and it doesn't. The two of these don't go well together. And she gives you this sort of curious look, and sort of steps out the front door, and she's still looking at you, and she's like, "Can I help you? I'm sorry I ran into you, but it's a little rude to just stare."
Forgive me, it's just you remind me of somebody that I had met. What is your name?
She like her she'll look around for a second, and then just sort of like wipes her hands off on the front of her tunic, and it holds one hand out, and she goes, "I'm Diana Stahl. Nice to meet you."
I'm gonna also grab her hand while like holding Milo and just, very clearly on my face. Oh, I'm Juliet. Hi, Diana.
I'm just gonna dangle here and try and hold it together.
Do you need a little help, Milo?
Are you okay, man? You look like you seen a ghost.
Oh, yeah. So, Diana, are you from here? From Narshe?
No. I'm from Trino. From the Academy. I'm here to research the Alligans. This is like the biggest find ever.
Oh. Is that so?
Yeah?
So are you
Are you from here?
or... Oh, no, I'm from another town.
Oh,
So are you
cool.
gonna be here for a while?
I mean, maybe?
I'm going to...
I'm running a little, well, we'll see. If the Academy didn't, well, I mean, I don't want, they're paying for this trip. I can't be too angry about it because the budgetary committee did not give me a whole lot of money for this expedition. I might have to get a job.
I'm gonna, like, promptly put down Milo in a very, like, I've been a mother before, I know how to put down children very quickly. And then whip out the parchment paper and inkwell. I'll be like, could I pay you for your autograph, please?
Oh, sure, I guess. Never asked for an autograph before.
When she's famous, that's gonna be worth a lot.
I'm gonna ask for her to sign her name with this pen and paper, and then I'm gonna slip her 5 gil.
Sure. She'll sign her name on the page, and she very appreciatively takes the 5 gil. And is like, so, are you guys here for the Allagan Vine? There's rumor that it might be Amdapor Keep, and no one, I mean, we've thought about where this place might be, but no one's really sure. I'm really hoping that they'll let us in soon.
I'm going to look frazzled back at my party, like not knowing what to say.
Yeah, no, I think we're all rather interested in the, in the find. Sorry, it's just been a long day.
Yeah, we got lost. We're trying to find our bearings. We're trying to figure out if we even have enough money to get back home. We might actually end up looking for work ourselves. It's a shame to hear the expedition's running out of money. We were thinking maybe we could potentially have helped with that.
Well, the Academy's kind of fell on hard times. It's not been the easiest, if I'm honest. It's hard to get people to fund you when the biggest name in the research division just up and vanished one day. Everyone starts going, a bunch of crackpots just gonna run off with all your money, and then they don't want to give you anything to go and do a legitimate dig. But I can't. They did pay to get me here. I can't complain too much. I just need to be more careful. That's all.
Can I trouble you with one more question?
Sure. I don't have anywhere to be.
What's that little doodad you were playing with when you crashed into my friend earlier?
Oh, my tombstone! And she pulls the tablet out of her pocket and sort of holds it up, and you can see that it's it's got a black glass surface on one side of it, and she goes, it's an artifact that we recovered, and re-engineered is not the right word for it. Restored. There we go. We recovered this artifact. We restored it, and it's basically parchment that I can keep notes on, but I don't have to lug books around. It's amazing.
That sounds incredible. Would you say they're valuable?
Yeah, fairly. There's not very many of them. There's this one, that the research commission entrusted to me for this dig. And I think there's like 4 or 5 other working ones in the whole of the academy. I don't believe there's any more in the wider world. There could be, but I don't think so.
So I'm gonna reach into my backpack for what I'm assuming is still there, and I'm going to ask her if this is one of those, and if she could show me how to use it, maybe.
Yeah, that whole time you started showing that, I would have been like very blatantly looking down at Milo with just wide eyes.
Did you find that here? Apparently they have been finding Allegan tombstones the way, like, I don't know, farmers find radishes. Is that a thing farmers do? I think that's a thing farmers do.
I think radishes grow on trees, actually.
Maybe.
I'm going to look down appalled at Milo after he says that.
That's not what radishes grow.
I don't know. I've never really been out of the city. But anyway,
Take
I couldn't tell you.
Take what he says with a grain of salt.
Sure.
No, I found this thing. We got lost on the way to town, like I said, and I just kind of found it, and I didn't know what it was. But it looked neat, and I was gonna clean it up.
They're fairly universal. All of the ones that I have seen operate basically the same, and she'll show you. And she goes along the edge of it. She showed you on hers. There's a couple of raised edges here, and if you push this one, if the device still works, it should power up, and you should be able to see the messages and notes that were left in it.
I'm gonna instant regret this and do what she just did.
Right here in the middle of the street.
Yep.
How bad could it be?
I mean, she has one too. It won't look that out of place, right?
So she showed you how to do it. You press the button, and it takes a moment or two, but then it does light up, and you can see just below the surface of the glass, when you touch the surface, a number of characters that you're able to read. She sort of looks at. She looks.
Or they are characters.
Yes. No, you can read them. It's in common. She looks at you sort of expectantly, and she goes, "Well?"
I start scanning over it, like kind of not reading out loud, just in case.
Did the item update in your inventory, Dax?
Oh, yes it did.
Oh,
Okay. Let's see. I mean, it's just somebody saying that they were here for the mine shaft. I guess somebody lost it. I'm gonna see if I can figure out, who this belongs to. Maybe poke around with it.
Oh, maybe one of the other researchers were carrying one. It's possible. Are you staying here? If I run into anyone, I can ask for you, and if they are, I can point them your way.
Absolutely, please do.
I wouldn't dare to presume that you would give me the tombstone. I mean, these are finding one of these things is a pretty big deal, and I understand that, and I don't want to steal your find. So, I don't want to do that to you.
It does belong to somebody from the academy. I mean, by all means, if we can verify it, I'm not trying to steal it either. Just,
Sure. Yeah. No. I'm supposed to meet with Valthren later today. About getting access to the dig site. And I'll ask if anyone has misplaced a tombstone. And if they have, you're staying at the Raft Inn, I assume?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll send them to find you. What was your name, sir?
Milo a green bottle.
Oh, okay. Yes, then I will, I will send them your way, Milo.
Okay.
Alright, I should really be going. I haven't eaten since yesterday morning. I should probably do that.
Go eat. We were on our way to see Delphina anyways. Sorry to have
Oh,
interrupted
okay.
your
Woo! It's always good to
As soon as
meet,
she's out of earshot.
yeah, she waves and she'll disappear off in the crowd, heading vaguely in the direction of the inn, it looks like. But she starts bumping into people again and wanders down a side alley somewhere, and you're like, well, she'll get there eventually.
I kind of look at the rest of them wide-eyed. It's
I'm-
hers.
I'm-
4 days from now.
I'm like fanning
Oh,
myself, feeling
no.
like faint. Like
That nuh-uh.
It doesn't say it's hers, but it talks about being here on the 9th for the mine shaft, and the research budget barely got them here. That's freaking hers.
wait. You said on the 9th?
No.
The 9th. Back in the general store, there was a calendar. It was saying it was the 5th.
Today.
What?
Today was the 5th. The 5th of November.
Wait, what? No.
I'm just telling you what I saw.
Oh God, this whole thing is no.
And what did the people say? That the thing says the 9th?
The 9th.
We already traveled back in time once. We went back 4 more days.
In the future, does a cellar turn into a meat locker? Like.
I think we need to get a move on. Whatever we're doing.
We should have asked when she's meeting with Valtherin.
Maybe we might
now, I believe. Maybe
No, she was going to get
grabbing
food
first.
and she was going to meet with him later. We could try and did she say the afternoon? I don't remember when she said, but we could try and find Delphina and then try and find Valtherin, see if she's there at the same time.
Well, do you want to try and get there first, the same time, or after?
We have at max 4 days before that tragedy. Well, I don't even know if it's gonna befall her, cause I just don't. Oh no. She said she might be looking for a job, didn't she?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh. No.
There's just 4 people panicking in the middle of the road.
Something's not. Oh no.
The townsfolk are just looking at the group of you and just giving you this sort of like, stay away from those people. Sort of like you can hear your mother speaking to their children, like don't look at them, just keep walking.
We should probably get out of
Delphina first.
Let's go find Delphina, and then I think we should head off and find Valtherin, and we can head back to the temple later.
Yes, because
Sure.
I need a moment to pray later.
Wait a minute.
What?
If Delphina was already a waitress server when we
Diana.
got here,
Diana.
Sorry, yes. Then that means that we shouldn't bring up the flower that we've already talked to Delphina, because we might be before that already.
It may be her meeting us first night, even though we've met her before. Well,
Let's
that
just
would mean
see if she recognizes us before we act like we recognize her.
Should I then keep this
I think we need to
flower in
treat
my
that-
hair, or should I take it out of my hair?
I don't
think-
know, my brain is melting.
Her flower is still in my hair, right, Sasha?
Unless you did otherwise.
Okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
it's still tucked like behind my ear, the yellow flower I bought from her.
Sure.
Should I remove this? Should I keep it? See if she recognizes?
We could have put
I
the flower
mean,
on the
I,
way
I
into
think the
town.
flower will
Flowers
be
every day,
fine as long as
probably.
we don't be like, oh, hey, you sold us this flower. It's very pretty. Just like, I think you can leave it in, but don't, like, draw attention to it. But also, by the same regard, that would imply Lenora might not remember us either if Delphina doesn't.
You mean Diana?
No, Delphina.
I do mean Delphina, if Delphina doesn't remember us.
Because Diana didn't seem to.
No, because apparently we met Diana 4 days in the future.
But we still had a room at the inn.
Let's just go.
After...
Stop!
Let's just go before I
Let's
faint.
just-
yeah,
go.
let's...
We're not going to get anywhere by thinking in circles at the moment.
I wish it was as simple as circles at this point.
Just gonna walk down the road to where I remember the cart being from yesterday.
Which is now
Sure, and you find you find a elven girl there. She's got a wooden cart that's full of different flowers and herbs and plants and things. And she's selling various items to different passersby. Sees you approach and smiles. She goes, "Hello and good morning to you."
I'm going to look over my shoulder at the rest of the party and just make a face like, and then I'll look back at her and be like, "Hi,
Hi.
hi, I'm Juliet. I see you have some flowers and herbs for sale." Or...
Yes. All of it locally sourced, collected. Any of it that doesn't grow naturally here, I grow myself.
Are you a herbalist by trade? I'm gonna just repeat her
Yes,
words
ma'am.
that I remember.
I am.
Oh, lovely. That's so very lovely. Milo, repeat what the shop owner said about what she knows. It's gonna gesture Milo to just go forward and talk to her because I get it now.
I try to collect myself from all of the things that have been happening. So, we heard that there was a dig in the mine shaft with some artifacts, and we were curious, but we were probably leaving soon and didn't want to deal with the red tape. We thought maybe the locals would be able to tell us of an area where we could go without having to deal with all of the red tape.
I don't know all of this artifact stuff. I care for the plants, and the plants care for us. And that's enough for me. But there's a field, maybe half an hour walk from town, where I find many of the wild herbs and wildflowers that I collect. And there has been a number of other people there in the last number of days, and they have been digging. I assume they have something to do with all of this fervor about artifacts, but it's been disruptive to the plants, and it just grinds my gears.
I could see why, especially given the profession.
They have no respect for the plants at all. They just tear them out of the ground, and just disturb the earth. It's
Have they been intentionally disruptive or just ignorant of plants?
Is there a difference?
I mean, that depends on who you ask, but I suppose not.
It's peculiar though, isn't it? Because aren't
Be
most
important for foodstuffs. How dare they?
Diana mentioned that most of them are going into the mine shafts. Why would they be digging outside the town?
I don't know. These crazy people looking for treasure. I say that the past should stay the past, and it should stay buried once it's buried. There's no good that comes from digging it out of the ground.
The past should stay the past, huh?
All right. Well,
Boy, that's a
Juliet
yes.
looks like
yeah,
cry.
We
what is the
agree.
price of one of your flowers, perchance?
I haven't had much sale today. If I've got some that are on their last legs. They need to be sold today, or they are going to be discarded. If you're interested,
How
I'll give
many are
a
on your
gill
last
a flower.
How many would you
She
say
points to she points to a couple of pots that she has of different kinds of flowers and stuff that are a little bit they're not like you're not looking at them and going, wow, those are really sad looking flowers, but they are a little wilty compared to some of the other ones. It's clear that she's had them for like a day or two. And she goes, any of the ones here at the front of the cart, a gill apiece.
How many in total do I see?
It's probably she's got like 2 or 3 baskets full of them, so it's probably 50, 60 flowers per basket. There's a good number of them.
I will take a full basket.
If you're going to, you seem like you're upstanding folk. If you want a basket of flowers, for 100 gil.
And could I trouble you for one additional thing to add with this order? I'm gonna pull out my parchment paper and the inkwell. Could I have your autograph?
Sure.
I'm just gonna put it in her hands. My hands
Her
are
her writing
at this point.
her writing is very it's expressive and like an overly flowery script.
Okay.
I was trying to avoid the pun, but I just decided to go with it. It's yeah.
Why would you, of all people?
And then I'll also hand her the 100 gil and take the basket of flowers.
Actually, can we throw
She'll
a few of the
give you a little
fresh
smile.
ones in there with that too? I'll cover whatever the difference is. I don't care. I want a timekeeper.
She picks a couple of fresher flowers, sets them in the basket, and for how many flowers are you buying, Milo?
Oh, 3, 4, handful.
3, 4. Okay, so for 4 flowers, let's say 40 gil, 10 apiece.
Sure. I just kind of drop them into the basket with the rest of them, and like, okay, now we have a reference.
I'm just gonna hold it in my arms. After
Sure.
I take the parchment and pen back.
Yep, and she'll smile and she goes, I hope you have a great day, and I hope that these flowers bring some warmth and light to your life.
Many thanks.
Yes, yes.
I hope we run into each other again.
Yes, it would be nice.
I'm gonna walk away.
The irony of that goodbye, man.
Just gonna look down at the basket of flowers and just.
She probably won't remember.
I'm just so very confused.
Things are
Let's. I think let's just keep moving. I wasn't prepared for this.
Maybe let me have a moment at the temple. We can see if the priestess. She likely won't remember us.
yes. She'll have some wise words of guidance, I'm sure, to help us keep everyone together. Yeah.
I'm sure.
If anything, we can buy a few healing kits.
we can also probably just infinitely restock if we keep walking through a time loop, and then we can use that
But we
to
just
sell off all of our inventory and bulk.
I
oh boy.
what?
You
The
assume
carriage
we can
rider.
travel through time at a whim.
Look, I'm a merchant by trade. You can't expect me to not look at the money
Listen,
aspect a
I-
little bit.
I spent
All
money
right.
on the carriage driver's room. The carriage driver that nobody remembers. And I didn't get my money back.
Is the carriage driver gonna show up in 4 days' time?
With us on it?
Oh, no!
Oh no!
Let's go to the temple, please.
Let's just go to the temple.
I am on my last legs.
Oh, this is nice.
How lovely.
The temple has a bit of a calmer atmosphere than the town or the market square does. You're away from the hustle and bustle of the marketplace and the coming and going of the miners as they go to and from their various work sites. In all of the archaeologists that have descended upon the town that are sort of meeting in corners to discuss their latest digs. So when you enter, the shrine itself is fairly empty. There's a number of pews and benches like you saw when you were here before, with a main altar at the front, and a statue at the back of Seraph. Sorry, wrong S-named goddess. And Sister Lenora is at the front of the shrine. She seems to be in meditation or prayer. And it's just sort of a quiet, calming atmosphere here.
I just kind of mumble under my breath to everyone else. I don't know if I'm going to be more concerned if she remembers us or if she doesn't.
Hopefully, if she does.
That might be more concerning.
Yes, no, it definitely would be.
Just,
Let's not bring up that we met her before just yet.
Deep, calming breath. Enjoy the atmosphere. Don't be creeped out by the strange time travel that's killing everybody in town repeatedly.
what? Just like don't even think about it. Don't even talk about it. Let's just.
I'm going to walk just up to the altar, just holding the basket, just taking deep breaths, closing my eyes.
Sure. She has her back to you. She's facing the statue as you approach.
I'm going to patiently wait because I feel like I would have learned by now that it's not really polite to interrupt somebody mid-prayer.
I'm just gonna take a seat on one of the pews and just kind of breathe for a little while.
Lenora eventually will stand and turn in a sort of a calm voice. She has sort of this warm presence to her, and she smiles and she looks at the group of you and she goes, "Yes, good morning. What can I do for you?"
Good morning indeed. We're just traveling through Narshe, just inquiring if you have any healing kits for sale.
Yes, we do have a number of goods and materials available. All proceeds go towards maintaining the temple, maintaining the shrine, and to the welfare and the good of the town. She will show you her wares.
I feel like this whole town needs to just be dunked in some holy water right now. Oh my god, Ray's dead as Bracy. None of you bastards better die.
Oh, hello.
Oh, yeah, geez.
Ooh, food.
I'm going to buy one of the healer's kits.
Sure. The kit contains in it supplies and materials to treat minor wounds and injuries. So there's like a needle with thread for stitches, some gauze, some ointment.
I think I'm gonna buy some odds and ends here again.
So while you guys shop, she'll gather whatever items and stuff that you're looking for, help you find them, and if you're browsing through her wares, she does a little bit of a more like a morning ritual, clean, all that sort of stuff is part of her just morning routine.
I think I'm also gonna buy another pack of rations.
Question. Where it says oil flask not included, if I wanted oil, I would just buy oil, pay 12, and drag the
never mind.
oil
I
and
have lots of
consider it in a
rations.
flask, or no?
You need to buy a flask.
So yeah, it would be 10 for the oil and then 2 for the flask. So yeah, I
Right,
think 12
right.
would
I
work.
knew it would be
Yeah.
12. I just didn't know
Yes.
if I needed
Yes,
to
yes.
grab both items.
You should, because if you spend the oil, you'll have a flask left over.
Yeah, but I was also grabbing empty flasks.
Sure.
Yeah, I might buy another day worth of rations.
I was gonna buy rations and then I didn't think about it, but my mess kit came with 10 days worth, so I have plenty.
There you go.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna approach the statue kind of like where she was before and kneel down, take out my holy symbol, and start silently praying to Fenrir.
Sure. Make a religion check. So, you've done these prayers before, and you know what guidance from Fenrir is like. There's when Fenrir gives you guidance and instruction, you sort of feel almost like a shift in the wind, almost. But the best way you can describe the feeling you get when you make this prayer is static.
Like silence or the feeling of static?
Like you tuned into a TV channel that there's no signal on, and it's just noise. There's nothing there.
Could I offer a prayer to Seraph and see if anything changes?
Yeah, you can run through the Pantheon, and you feel like you're disconnected. It's not enough that it's like disrupting any of your abilities or anything, but it's like it's like you can't make a connection, that you can't get through clearly.
That's going to be incredibly unnerving.
Because the rest of this wasn't.
Oh, no, this is just. I think the rest of this is definitely unnerving, but the fact that even the god, like I can't reach the gods, I think is a bit more unnerving, at least for Juliet.
Juliet, can you make another religion check? Make it, because you're a cleric, make it with advantage. So in your studies of the ways of the gods, and the nature of Midgard and Avalon and the Abyss, the only stories that you know of that suggest a disconnect from the divine are ones that involve the space in between, which is called the Veil, which, according to legend, was created to separate the realms and keep Avalon to Avalon, Midgard to Midgard, and the Abyss to the Abyss. And that it is the closest analog would be Limbo. And that's the only, that is the explanation that comes to you when you try and make this prayer and you cannot get a response and you cannot get through. The first thing that comes to your mind is, I'm in between. I'm in the veil, and that's why I can't get anywhere. That's why I can't get a connection.
That would be an absolutely horrifying realization for Juliet. That's not something I think she would take lightly. Um, she's gonna wait for what's her name? Lady.
Lenore?
Yeah, she's wait for her to be done with the three of them shopping before she'll approach her.
Sure. The rest of you, Lenora will check in with the rest of you and see if there's anything else that you require.
I think I have everything, thanks.
I finished everything that I was looking for at the moment. Thank you.
I think I'm all right. As well as I can be. Thank you.
Once I see that all three of them have kind of like finished up, Juliet is just gonna march up to Sister Lenora and sort of like gently grasp her hands and just look at her and be like, "Dude, have you spoken to any of the gods?"
I pray to them daily.
And you hear them?
It has been a while since the mine opened. Hearing the voice of Seraph has been difficult. Why do you ask?
Sister Lenora, does nothing seem amiss to you?
Not that I have noticed.
I'm just gonna do a bit of an insight check.
She seems genuine.
Upon realizing that she is probably just as clueless as the rest of the village, in like a genuine like sense, I'm just gonna go, my mistake then. And I'm just gonna walk away looking absolutely just shaken and go back to the rest of my party.
She regards you with a look of concern, but she doesn't press you or anything.
Are you doing okay?
No, I am not. We need to go find this wizard, the Volthorn, and we need to figure this out as quickly as possible.
Well then, I guess we better go. This is all getting a wee bit confusing.
Getting.
I mean, it's already there.
I'm past the
It's
point.
just getting more confusing.
I'm past the point of confusing and
Perhaps
more.
best not to think about it right now, and
Just
kinda
let's go.
go forward.
Oh, before we leave, I'm actually gonna turn and be like, "Sister,
Yes.
the Valthorn, the one leading the expeditions in the mine. Where
Yes?
could I find him?"
Probably in his tower. He doesn't leave it very often. And that concerns me. He should get out more.
Is it the crooked one in the town?
Yes.
Okay.
I believe it's our only tower.
Yes, it quite stuck out when we got here. That is true.
It does that, doesn't it?
True.
Well, thank you for everything, sister. I'm gonna walk.
Seraph be with you.
Oh, I wish.
So as you exit the shrine, it's coming up on midday, and the traffic has changed a little bit. There's still miners coming on and off shift. There's still a few people in the marketplace and stuff. But the big difference is you can see a couple of the town's guard are sort of gathered around a wooden platform. And standing on the platform is a gentleman in he's in sort of tarnished armor, but it's still, as compared to the guardsmen, more impressive than the others. He's got a red cloak. Yeah, he's got a red cloak, and he's standing and he's just sort of shouting to the crowd. To anyone who would, to any and all who are seeking gainful employ, the Narshe returners are looking for assistance dealing with a local kobold nest. We are offering a bounty of 100 gil for proof of each kobold defeated, and an overall bounty of 1,000 gil for their leader, rumored to be a kobold known as Irontooth. Should you have any interest in undertaking this job, please report to the Returners Barracks behind the general store.
About
Well,
This is like some back alley meetup.
Does anybody else remember the kobolds we encountered when we were still traveling with the caravan? One of them mentioned Irontooth as well.
oh yes. They were kind of speaking in broken common, but that did indeed happen. We didn't really get a whole lot of much else out of them because they didn't speak very well.
We've been through so much recently, it feels like it's been a whole week.
Is it crazy of me to want to accept this job to see if the kobolds would remember us?
I feel
A
like
little, but at this point, I'm not against rolling with it just to see.
It's either fascinating that maybe we could leave the town. I didn't think we would be able to, but if we go to find a kobold nest, we could see if we run into that fog again. And or if maybe the kobolds remember us, then maybe we aren't as crazy as we had thought.
Maybe if we bring them another chicken, we can lead them back to the town to help us stop whatever it is.
I don't know if they'd be that cooperative, though.
No, probably not, especially since we're going to wipe them out, apparently.
Well,
But, you
okay,
know.
we have a handful of avenues to look into. We should probably like focus on one first, move to the next. Do we want to deal with the kobold nest? Do we want to go try and talk to Valthrin? Do we want to go investigate what's being dug outside of town?
Do we want to hurry up and go to the inn and apply for a server job before she fills the position?
I think
Well, purely to save her life, of course.
I
Of
think
course.
we should go still speak to the wizard, and then hopefully, if it's quick enough, we can catch the guards behind the shop and pick up this bounty.
It is an awfully weird place for a guard meeting, I will say.
I just can't keep a straight face at Barracks.
It's very
general good stuff.
It's very strange, but perhaps all the more reason to look into it.
Wizard, guards, dig site. Yes?
Fine by me.
I
would like to
that's
make a
agreeable.
stop by the blacksmith after we talk to the wizard, just because I need some new arrows.
Understandably, yes. Okay.
So we're off to see the wizard?
The wonderful wizard, yes. Oh, Lord.
Gonna give us some magic power.
That is a statue in the back of his room.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know if I like it.
That's a bathtub.
So, when you enter the tower, it from the outside, it's very tilted and sort of ramshackle looking, and it's like you wonder if it's a good idea to go in because maybe it's going to collapse in on itself. But when you step in the door, it seems perfectly normal inside, maybe a little bit larger, not a whole lot, just a little bit. And there's just sort of an air of energy inside this space, and you can hear a couple of cauldrons that are just sort of bubbling away. And there's this sort of pungent scent of like incense that has been burning for way too long. At the back of the room, there is a robed, bearded man who is elven man who is flipping through books, muttering to himself. Here, maybe this one. He holds up his hand, and a book comes flying from somewhere in the tower to his hand, and he just brings it down, and it opens, and he flips through a couple of more pages.
Who wants to go talk to the wizard?
I am not taking the lead on this.
I don't know much about the ways of magic, that's for sure.
I'm going to nudge
Okay,
Milo forward.
So I kind of approach, clear my throat, make my general presence known in a don't spook the fireball out of this guy kind of way.
Yes, what do you want? Very busy.
Actually, I heard you're the guy to talk about the expedition, the dig, the artifacts.
He will slam his book shut, and he will sort of sit up, and he looks at you and goes, "Are you from the academy? Are you the one that they've sent from the academy?"
No, I can't say that I am. I'm just a passerby with some interest and
So many sightseers.
Sorry?
It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. What can I do for you?
I was actually kind of interested in finding out what kind of artifacts, what kind of stuff was going on. Like, Is it like proper magic stuff? Is it just old stuff? I'm just kind of curious. I like trading in old things.
Both. The Alligans were... They understood magic on a level none of us even can possibly comprehend. Magic and technology were like the same. And they were able to make devices that channeled mana and ether in ways that we can only imagine.
Like beds that heat
It's
themselves?
both.
I'm an old man
That
and I
is-
get cold, don't judge me.
That is, I understand. That is the simplest of things. That is the simplest. Devices that allowed instant communication across hundreds of thousands of miles without a daily restriction. Devices that would cook meals for you without you tending them. And so many more.
Without
That
magic.
sounds great.
We barely understand what they were capable of. There is so much, and we have seen so little. The damn thing won't open.
It's closed? Everyone was talking.
Of course it's closed! Of course it's closed! They locked the damn door! Why wouldn't they lock the damn door? It makes total sense that you'd lock a door when you leave it behind!
Well, yeah, but everybody's talking like it's some big deal. I thought you had already gotten it open.
Not yet. Close, I'm close. It's here. It's here somewhere. I know it is.
So there's a door at the bottom of the mines?
Yes.
And it's magic shut, or it's barred shut, or both, or neither.
Yes?
Fair.
He looks generally sort of like frustrated and like this is very much what is on his mind, and he's just very exasperated, not necessarily with you, but with the situation in general. And he sits back down at a little table with his books and says, the Academy was supposed to be sending someone who is kind of an expert, who had ideas about where we might find the keystone that would let us in.
Is her name Diana?
I don't remember.
Okay. Because there's someone here in town from the Academy. We bumped into her. She was on her way to see you.
Oh, excellent. Good.
So she is
Good.
here.
Good. Maybe they can help me sort these documents.
Just random thought, but these people that you speak of, any possibility you wouldn't entertain the idea maybe whatever they have behind that door they'd never wanted to be uncovered?
I've thought of that. I really have. If it's what we think it is a treasure trove of knowledge. If it's Amdapor, the other documents we have found suggest that it is a alchemical laboratory, the likes of which we have never seen in a million years. The amount of knowledge we could gain from them would be innumerable.
Why do you say laboratory?
The Alligans, they performed many experiments. There are suggestions in other in other documents that we have found at other sites that suggests that somewhere in these mountains there was a facility that the Alligans had that they were conducting research. We can't find any reference about what, but it was very important to them.
Did they ever conduct
But we
research
can't.
into dangerous things? Potentially.
I'm sure they did. Don't does nations today conduct research into all kinds of militaristic uses for magic and such. It is of no doubt that the Alligans also conducted this research, but without knowing what's there, we can't know what it was, and just to leave it, it could be benign. It could be something that is a problem. It could be something that becomes a problem if we leave it alone.
It could be
No,
disastrous.
we must know what's inside.
Precautions?
What? Yeah.
It could be disastrous.
Do you have anything like to mitigate the risk of this, perchance, if it is something bad?
Until we get into that damn place, we can't mitigate anything because we don't know what we're dealing with.
Okay, well, I have a friend over there who is green and can probably push open doors. Have you tried pushing really hard?
Yes.
That's how magic doors work.
Okay, I'm out of answers then. Sorry. I tried my best.
You said you think you're closing it open. How much longer do you think it would take to get it open?
We believe there's a key phrase that will open the door, but we don't know what the phrase is. And brute forcing that kind of lock can take forever. We think that there was a secondary site where we might find clues that suggest how to open the gateway. But without finding the secondary site, I don't know how we get in.
Would that be why there's people digging out in the fields?
Who's digging in a field? I have not authorized any other digs at this point in time. If you know that there is someone digging up artifacts and they are not doing it under my certification, I wish to know who they are so that I can have them brought up on disciplinary charges.
Okay, so they're unaffiliated then by the sounds of things.
Juliet's gonna look startled, and then it's just gonna hold on to Grognar's arm and be like, I'm going to faint.
Maybe it was the kobolds that were digging.
Take heart, it'll be alright.
The flower girl just
I'm sure they dig.
holes out there.
I'm sure they dig for something.
I'm sure we can take a look at it, see about sending them your way, I suppose.
Certainly.
It would be greatly appreciated. God damn sightseers here to just get a treasure and a fortune. He seems very upset at the idea that there are folks here that might be artifact hunting that aren't associated with the academy.
Is there?
Tell you what, I'm a guard. If I, for South Figaro, if I see any suspicious activity, I will immediately report it to the returners, so that way we can deal with such matters.
They're completely useless. They can't even deal with the damned kobolds. There's only like 20 of them in the whole town.
Well, I might have a say in that. We might, I think me and my group here might try to take care of that little problem.
Yeah, those stinking returners. Gonna whip them.
Not the returners, no, the kobolds.
We'll see.
We're gonna train them.
We're gonna see about, maybe dealing with kobolds. We'll investigate the people digging outside and see about sending them back for some, as you said, disciplinary, charges.
Time out.
If you find anything, please let me know.
Oh, sure. Yeah. No, we shall.
Oh, I had a question for you.
Yes.
You know what? Never mind.
Could I take a look at this giant green statue behind?
Yeah, it is a big curved granite sculpture. It's greenish tinged, and it's these two stone hands holding a cauldron at the back. Looks like it's a big stone cauldron with a pair of hands. It's basically what you see. Volthrin does not.
Magic.
Volthrin does not really pay you any mind. He's if you're not directly asking him questions, his nose is in a book.
If we have no more questions, it may be prudent to get a move on.
I would like to do this. I don't want to get yelled at again.
Indeed.
Maybe we should go buy some shovels.
Yeah, it sounds like we may need to go fix the shovels.
I don't say that in front of him. Alright, let's mosey on.
Yeah, let's head out of here.
Right.
Again, I would like
you
to
guys go
stop by
back
the
out.
blacksmith, but then we need to
Sure.
probably
As you
check
guys go,
out the...
as you guys go back out to the town, we're gonna take our break.
Okay.
Alright guys, so we're gonna take 5, we're gonna go refill drinks, washroom break, all that sort of good stuff. Don't go away, we'll be back in a little bit. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out, and we'll see you very, very shortly. 5 minutes, don't go away.
Oh, goodness. Oh, my brain.
one back. Welcome back, everybody, and I hope you are having fun. I am. I'm having a blast.
Having a kind of fun.
So, for anyone who might have come in midstream, welcome. I'm Sasha Jace. We play Dungeons & Dragons every Wednesday evening. This is our second session. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out. To give you guys a quick recap, our party found themselves, were on their way to South Figaro, found themselves lost in a fog, found themselves at the gates to a town that was destroyed in a fire 20 years ago. Turns out they might actually be there 20 years ago, since people think that's what the date is. They stayed at an inn, met some nice people. Some of those people died in really horrible ways. They fought some really terrible monster bugs, and then suddenly they weren't in a terrible nightmare cave, and none of the monster bugs were there, and nobody remembered the person who died. They've since run into this person, maybe, on the streets, and, they think they might be further back in the past, maybe. It's been very confusing for them. And right now, they have just visited with the local sage, an elven man named Valthrin, who is lead archaeologist for an Allegan artifact dig here in Narshe, and got some information out of him, and are now finding themselves back on the streets of Narshe, trying to figure out what their next move is.
You called him a sage, but you did not describe pew-pew shoulder lasers.
It's true, I didn't.
So now we're gonna go meet up in some sketchy back alley soldier meeting.
Where they're going to take our kidneys, because what else could go wrong?
Oh boy.
I would like to run by the
Definitely.
blacklist real quick before we head back there.
Definitely not a place where
Sure.
a
To
soldier
buy
should be
armor
meeting.
plating for the areas where
Yeah,
our
no problem.
kidneys go.
Very, very weird choice for a bunch of somewhat army people to be meeting.
Maybe it's just the nature of this town. No.
I kind of would have felt safer if the military organization met over drinks at the bar.
Oh, where's his partner to work on the blade?
I see butter sword.
The butter sword is the best one, I'm sure.
Well, I mean, it's the blade for Grognar, butter blade.
Oh no, don't tempt me.
So when you enter, you see a rather burly dwarven man at the back of the room, hammering out a sheet of plate mail. And he stops and he turns and he looks at the group of you and he goes, "Welcome. What can I do for you?"
I was looking to buy some arrows.
Come to the right place. Cool Striker iron is the best iron in all the Saber Mountains. And he has a number of things available for sale. Allow me to share his shops with you.
I am very curious about that butter-colored sword.
Don't
Sliced
read too
butter
much
with
into
butter.
these. Don't read too much into these wholly original graphics.
Yeah, no.
Ah,
Goodness, there's
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, Sasha.
We use the finest coal with the finest iron to make the best weapons and armor that you can find.
But the important part is that there's a horn
I was honing in on that too.
Did you miss the loot
so
and the leer and
correct me
all
if
that
I'm
on
wrong,
there?
Sasha, but it's 1,000 gil for 20 arrows, not 1,000 gil per arrow, right?
Yes. He sells them in sets of 20.
So
And
I
yes,
have
I
a
will buy one set of
question.
20.
These iron spikes. Could you tell me a little bit about them?
They're like pretty sure they're just like nails.
Because it has pittons
Yeah, standard
listed
adventure green.
separately and cheaper, so I'm assuming they're not the same.
These the iron spikes are going to be heavier. Think like the difference between nails and railway ties.
Okay, would the hammer that I bought be enough for the iron spikes to like drive it into like a piece of wood, a tree, maybe a rock?
Probably. But so an iron spike would hold better than a piton would, or a python would. I don't actually know how to pronounce that word now that I think about it. But so the spike would hold better, but the check to get it in using just a standard claw hammer would probably be higher. You'd probably want like a sledgehammer to drive them really easily.
Yeah, and my teeny noodly arms are not going to be good for that. So I will go with the pittons then. That is the information I was looking for.
If I see Daleks buying pittons, I might buy the sledgehammer so we have something to, drive them.
Well, I have a standard claw hammer as well.
Are
I
pittons
just
more
don't
like
have...
are pittons more like nails versus like stakes?
Yeah.
Well,
Between the two of them.
Iron spikes would be the bigger for this using the sledgehammer.
Yeah. Yeah, iron spikes. Think of them as like an iron spike being like a railway tie, and piton as being more like a standard, like a little bit larger than standard, but like a nail.
I think I'm gonna buy the spikes and the
Okay, I have
sledgehammer.
an question for everyone here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who has
Oh,
a
not me.
I do.
You have a
I
crowbar?
do not have a crowbar.
Okay, then I won't buy a second one. I've just been buying like standard use gear that I don't have that I've been coming across, but that's a pricier piece.
Yeah.
I feel like iron.
So use the crowbar and pry open the sealed door.
And perhaps a
Exactly!
sledgehammer.
That's how magic doors work.
Yes, exactly.
We should beat them down there.
I mean, it's well established that crowbars are like the foil to magic.
Yes, I'm pretty sure that's written in a book somewhere.
Also, wearing tinfoil is the foil to magic.
I'm pretty sure that book was. I'm pretty sure the book was written by a man named Gordon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He achieved Zen.
101 uses for. Yeah, 101 uses for crowbars.
Very clever.
I think... You know what? It happens every time, and I always regret not doing it. I'm buying the ball bearings. Every time I don't buy ball bearings, I'm like, wow, this would have been the perfect time to have ball bearings.
Just throw them on the floor and let people trip on them.
Exactly what you do with them.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna be the one tripping on them the most.
Also worth happening.
If somebody trips, it's money well spent.
Okay.
I just had a very terrible thought. Like maybe we should spread the ball bearings in front of Diana. That way, like she'll break her leg and then she won't be able to work.
Oh my lord.
I just want her to stay safe.
So go
All right,
take
let me
the
keep you
job
safe
in
by
her
breaking your
place.
leg.
That's
Because then she
brutal.
can't work. She can't work then.
Ah, yes. So the
And
car
how's
was
she
break
gonna
her
feed
legs.
herself? Now she can't work.
I guess that would
I
be
mean,
chaotic good, kind
That's a
of.
that's a plan.
It's a strap.
It's a plan that we're not doing.
I will donate 3 ball bearings out of the 1,000 towards your plan. You better hope she gets lucky.
Like, she seems like a very headstrong girl. I don't think just telling her, like, oh, you probably shouldn't get this job is gonna fly.
No, but we gotta do something else to prevent it not break her leg.
I mean, we could provide her with a copy of her own Allegan tombstone. And be like, so maybe hang out with us for a bit?
There has to be a better way than physical arm.
Physical leg?
I suppose.
Worried, okay.
We're not okay.
No, none of us are okay. So,
Oh dear, oh dear.
do we want to get a move on back behind the general store? Definitely
No,
not shady.
Not
no,
really,
well,
but-
not in the least.
Well, we're
but-
going there anyways. Too bad.
Honestly, it's kind of terrifying. I'm gonna go meet a group of armed dudes who outnumber us in an alley.
It's still daylight out. It's still busy.
I didn't say it was night.
Also
But they're
saying,
the
like,
town guard, and we look like nut jobs.
I mean, how dangerous could it be in broad daylight?
We are behind a building that people probably don't check behind very often, but you know, we'll cross that bridge when we get there, I guess.
Cough, cough,
it'll-
cough. This entire trip, it started during the day. Cough, cough.
It'll
Alright, let's go, guys,
It'll
let's
be
go.
fine. It'll be fine.
Look, we got Grognar here. He'll keep him busy, I'm sure.
Yes.
Let's go.
So the barracks is actually over here.
Same difference.
This building. And when you get there, there's sort of the building itself it's like what you see on the map. It's kind of like a barn almost that's been refitted with a number of bunk beds, table. There's an open space in front of it where the fellow that you saw earlier in the day that was shouting to the crowd is now we're seeing a couple of younger men in uniforms very similar to the guards that you saw at the gate when you came in, who seem to be going through different training drills, and he's standing there with his arms crossed and he's watching them, and he's like, fix your stance! And just sort of shouts different commands and stuff at them from time to time, and then he sees you approaching and he turns and he gives you sort of this curious look for a moment, and he goes, Are you here about the job? Recognizing that you're not, his guards.
We are indeed. We'd like to take care of the kobold menace.
Good. There's not very many who are willing to do this kind of work around here. I think that just because the town has a standing guard that we have all that we need. But
Well,
reports have been up of kobold raids. It's probably time that we do a bit of a cull. And I don't have the men to spare.
considering that how we arrived here, we definitely encountered some kobolds that kind of took us by surprise, so we might want to let out a little aggression.
He sort of sizes you up a little bit. He goes, You're from Figaro, aren't you? I can tell.
I am.
You've got the demeanor about you.
Yes, sir.
It's good. That bodes well. What about the rest of you lot? What experience do you have hunting beasts?
Not uncommon for temples to send their clerics to help rid areas of a few beasts here or there, so I have a bit of experience.
Fair enough.
with those.
Fair enough.
When I was younger, I would go hunting with my father.
Means you have some skill at tracking, I assume?
Mm-hmm.
We have a rough idea of where their den is. I've sent patrols a couple of times, and we've seen evidence of them, but we've never been able to quite pin them down. Unfortunately, this region is sparse for forests, but where there are forests, they are fairly dense, and it's pretty easy to lose track of them in there.
How long of a trip do you think it would take us to get there?
To get to where we think that they might be, maybe half a day? Maybe? Quicker if you're light on your feet.
That's not too far. I think we'll make it.
Good. We'll need, if you're looking for the bounty, we'll need proof that you've dealt with the kobolds. Nothing too grisly, mind. I don't need a bag full of skulls. It's just something to prove that you've dealt with them.
I'm sure.
I'm sure we'll find something.
Probably we could. Usually ears are standard fare as far as monster culling goes.
Yeah, that'll probably do. That'll do, I'd imagine.
All right then.
And the leader, make sure you get that one. We think he's the reason that the raids are getting worse. We think that it's a particularly aged kobold, but reports have been scarce. Just be careful.
Thank you for the warning. Mightily appreciate it.
Good. Now, who can I put down as having accepted the bounty? Do you have an organization name?
Not really. We all four of us together were just kind of traveling back down to South Figaro, and we got lost. We ended up here, so we're just really a group of friends who got turned around. But I don't know. I guess we could call ourselves something if y'all like.
I don't need it at the moment, but for the records, we'll need to know who we're paying out the bounty to. So keep that in mind when you come to collect. For the paperwork, we will need a organization that we can pay the bounty to.
Well, all right then. That's something
All
to
right.
think about.
I wish you luck. Good luck in your hunt. He will then direct one of his soldiers over, and he tells them to give you the intel that they have on where these kobolds might be located, and the other guardsmen will show you a number of maps of the area. And it indicates that there is to the southeast of the town. There's a smallish lush as compared to other places, maybe, forest that's got a waterfall that feeds into a stream that goes into the woods itself. And the guardsman tells you, we think that they're located somewhere near this waterfall. This is where we see the most evidence of their activity, but we don't know where in that vicinity they are. So if you're looking, that's where I'd start.
All right, sounds like a plan.
The whole time that they're going over maps, Narshe, I would want
Yeah.
Delia to go up to the captain, I guess.
Yep.
And just have asked him with my parchment paper and pen if he could sign his name and also write that we have accepted this contract to kill the kobolds on it.
I think that's fair. I can do that. And he will, his script it's a little bit more rushed, but it's also, the writing is sharp, and like brusque, the way that he writes, out his name. And he is, Roland, I think I have spelled his name like 3 different times.
One of them is probably correct.
Keltham.
Oh, so he is the village captain, right?
Yes. He is the captain of the guard. He is leader of the Returners, which is the standing guard company that operates out of Narshe. There's only maybe 20 of them or whatever. In a pinch, they can pull together a militia to help defend the town, but they only have like a standing unit of like 20, maybe 30 soldiers.
Once he writes out all the details on my parchment paper, I'll put it away.
Sure.
Let me join the party.
What are the rest of you up to?
I just want to take stock of the area because I know we were thinking it was kind of shady when we came back here. So I'd like to really kind of observe my surroundings and see
Is
if
there
might
somebody
be, like,
waiting to shank us?
Yeah, anything
No,
out of
it's-
place
you're-
or anything.
I think the description made it sound shadier than it is. By the sounds thing, it's just behind the general store is where the barracks are located.
Yeah, it's not like you're in a back alley or anything. It's just that the barracks is located like on a side street just behind the market area. And it just happens that this building is pretty much right behind where the general store is located. They've got a small open square with a couple of like straw dummies that they seem to be practicing different techniques and different formations on. And a barracks building where the guardsmen sleep. And then further behind that seem to be just sort of like general residences and dwellings for the townsfolk and the miners.
Okay, well, that's good then. At least it's definitely not nearly as suspicious as we thought it was.
Yeah, no, it's just it's not like a big upscale like guard station type thing. It's to put it into modern terms, this would be like a community police station. It's just in a building that this is where they were able to put these guys and where they can operate out of. It's not fancy, but it gets the job done.
Very well. I'm pretty satisfied with that.
Yeah, I'm less sketched since there's a building and not a bunch of thugs.
Yeah,
and
no,
a rusty
from the
scalpel and a
initial
table.
description, I thought it was like we were just meeting in a back alley behind the general store. And there would just be some guards there, not the whole barracks was behind.
Yeah.
Do we want to investigate the people digging outside of town next, then, or?
I would
Seeing as
imagine we
it is
could do
on
that
the way.
Do we know? See, this is my
Well,
question.
so,
Is
like,
it's
can
when-
real quick, can we get like a general gist of the time, like looking at where the sun is?
We're probably mid-afternoon. Probably. Let's see, you guys. It was around lunchtime when you came out of the Temple of Seraph. You went and spoke with Valthrin, who probably, in his ranting and stuff, probably kept you probably at least half an hour, 45 minutes to an hour or so, and then meeting with Captain Keltham and getting the lay of the land where they think the kobolds might be. You're probably looking at mid to late afternoon by now, approaching dinner time.
we need to rest.
Remember, he did say it would, in theory, take around half a day to get to where they think the kobolds are, and it's already midday. That's the only thing I'll say. Which means
No.
we're gonna be coming back at night if we go now.
More importantly, 2 people have spoken. Is this still the same time it was when he asked?
We should really rest before we go.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
I don't want to fight kobolds in the middle of the night and they're
I think since we've still got some daylight, we should take a look at the people digging just outside of town, but
Yeah,
maybe
that was
save the
only like
kobolds
half
for
an hour.
tomorrow.
I can agree with that, and then we have to make sure we come back before the ninth.
The night. Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
So outside we go.
So you guys are heading to the dig site?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's like a 30-minute walk out of town in like a field.
Sure.
And once we get to wilderness area off the path, I'm gonna kind of point out being nice to the flowers.
Oh,
Just to not
I
make
should have
it
mentioned
worse.
to the guard leader about the dig site people. It slipped my mind.
Go meet them now.
By the sounds of
because
things, the
they'll-
guards weren't gonna do anything anyways.
Yeah, she did mention that their returners aren't really doing much.
Okay, well, I'll
Should we call ourselves the Rememberers? Because we're the only people that remember anything.
The unremembered.
The unremembered.
Alright, so
Golden
name.
Gormans.
heading off to the dig site. It's a fairly calm walk. It's a foggy day, surprise. But it's not cold. It's not dark. There's a bit of a like a warm November sun, early November as you walk through the grassy fields in the general direction that Delphino has sent you. You head for a bit, and you do see evidence that there have been. It looks like there have been several attempts in a number of areas where people have been digging to various degrees. You can see a couple of spots where there's a big mound of earth and the ground is all dug up. There's a couple of tools left lying around. And you can see these a couple of different places, and they get, some of them are bigger than others. But it's not until here we go. That's not the button I wanted. Good job, Sasha. Way to actually include the map on the thing. There it is. Let's park you guys. We'll say it's been a number of hours since the morning. You guys at the very least could have taken What is a long rest? 8 hours? But that's actually not
8
doing
hours,
anything.
yeah.
Yeah, you guys would have had a short rest at least. So if you need to spend hit dice, you can do that. Taking a break at lunchtime.
I'll knock off my 2 HP using a hit dice. Well, I guess I'm only gonna knock off 1 HP.
I'll just practice the art of not getting hit.
Uh-oh.
I've been thinking while we were walking, so when we were on the caravan, we encountered the kobolds. They were already mentioning, Iron Tooth, but, like, we led them to the bird, they ate it, but then by the time we came back, there was no signs that they were ever there. Do we think we traveled through time another time then?
I think we traveled through time the moment we hit the fog.
Don't make it worse.
Yeah.
We hit the fog.
Well, yeah, but we hit the fog, then we encountered the kobolds, and then the kobolds and the caravan and all of that just up and disappeared.
I mean,
I
it's
really
very
don't.
likely we went through it twice. I mean, we went into the cellar and came out of the cellar, and this was another day already.
Maybe it wasn't the fog, maybe it was the bridge. Because it's when we got back to the bridge that everything was gone.
It could very well be just locations also just change. Again, when we went into the cellar and then came back out, it was all different.
It could also be some higher power specifically targeting us.
Regardless, let's hope we don't travel back in time again before we get to take.
I don't know. Maybe going home would be nice.
I'm glad it wasn't just me.
Yeah, no, it wasn't just you.
I didn't see anything. No, it's okay. It's okay.
Alright. As per the directions you gathered from Delphina, you eventually find a rather expansive dig site punctuating the wilderness near in the depression. Are they actually lighting up properly? They should be. Don't know that they did.
Back and better than ever. Great.
Okay, that should work. You can hear the sounds of people digging, and in the depression you see several humanoid figures that are clustered around a tilted stone statue and a black glassy monolith.
Oh.
There's a monolith involved?
Yeah, depending on where you are, you'll be able to see it.
Oh boy.
I would like
You'll need to move up a little bit, I think, to see it.
Come over here and just kind of stay out of sight.
It just gets worse, I think. Yeah, no, I'm trying to use the height advantage because this is slightly like elevated up here. Hope it's at least harder for them to see me.
I'm putting rocks between me and everything so I can kind of scope the lay of the land.
No, I don't like this. Yeah, now you see.
There are some dudes.
She only used the word humanoid, right?
She did say humanoid. Oh.
From behind my rock, Sasha, can I see anything more? Like,
You can you can probably see the top edge of this sort of like tilted statue that's sort of sticking up out of the dirt. And you can probably just sort of see a bit of the edge of this black glossy monolith thing.
And the humanoid?
You can see from where you are. I think you can see one of them. He's just a
shadow of the rock got in the way of the other one.
yeah. So they're wearing robes. They're sort of like they've got these wide brimmed hats on that are seem to be meant to be shielding them maybe from the sun a little bit while they're working. They're in robes that are sort of like scholarish robes, almost kind of like what Valthrin was wearing. This like I'm not a soldier. They don't look like they're wearing like plate or chain armor. But they've got like a robe, and they are digging and sort of on their knees and sort of digging away at the earth, moving stones and that sort of stuff.
Wait, they all have like the same robe?
There's a halfling on the far side, and a Terran, I think you can see him. And he just sort of seems to be, he doesn't look like he's dressed like the others, but he looks like he might be just sort of keeping guard. He might be working security for the dig site.
Can I attempt to, like, move quietly up towards, here? Just isn't
Sure,
a little bug at that point. I don't know how well they're hearing.
Yeah, roll a stealth check.
You stealthily play the tambourine.
I should have bought the musical instrument.
You move up, Taryn, and a couple of the fellows working in the pit will sort of stop and they'll look in your direction, and you hear someone call out, "Hey, don't know who you are, but if you're here for the dig, you've come a pretty good time. We found a thing. You should definitely come and take a look. Yeah, I think you'll be quite excited."
I'll just move that so I can see them a little bit. Yeah, you could say I'm here for the dig. What have you found?
The far side of, so most of the workers here are human. The one on the far side, Terran, is a halfling, and there's one in the white hat with the robes who is a gnome, and he looks and he gestures towards the monolith, and he goes, "We think we found the keystone into the keep."
Oh. Oh.
Oh, well, that's great, I think.
Just hyperventilating over here behind this rock.
I mostly just want to keep their attention off you guys for now. I don't want them to know you're there. I guess I can move a little closer. I don't know if I'll actually need to move around the cliff, but I will anyways.
I might come
It is like the cliff edges are like a 10-foot drop from the top edge of them to the bottom, so you could jump down them, but you might not want to.
Mm-hmm. Are these like bones in the dig site? Are they actually there, or is it just from the map?
They're there. They've got sort of like a roped off thing around them, where they're like, we've found remains here, and we've sort of marked it off to say, hey, watch your step, don't trample these, that sort of thing.
Oh, like real organization.
Yep.
It seems more above board, hopefully.
Seems kind of legit. I might want to go chat up to the local guard.
Do you watch your step, please? Do you watch your step? We don't know what else is here.
Which one is the guard?
I think it's the
Uh,
up on the cliff.
yeah, the halfling at the far side.
Don't trust half.
Which
Oh,
I don't think
okay,
you can quite see
Yeah,
yet,
you
Grogu.
might need to move up a little more.
The statue and the monolith block your line of sight.
Mm-hmm. There you go. You should be able to see him now.
I see him. Okay, yeah, he's up there.
You also see the other
You
things, so...
both notice that there is a, it's about the size of a large dog, but it is very reptilian. And it is sort of just patrolling that southern, area.
Large dog and reptilian does not sound.
I don't know if I should call out attention to it or not.
I can assume it's probably theirs based on the fact that it's not aggressive towards them or attempting to run away.
Right.
An alligator puppy.
Yep. Florida
Florida doesn't
classic.
have kids.
The gnome will gesture to you, Darren, since he's the one that noticed you, and he's like, come! You don't look like you're with the Academy. So, I'm assuming you're with us?
Again, behind this rock, still hyperventilating, just staring at Milo like, what do they mean by that?
Yeah, no. Yeah.
I'm just resting. My old bones can't take the half-hour walk that we're out here.
My old heart can't take any of this. The old people are.
What any of us are expecting.
I'm considering trying to recruit Iron Tooth and grabbing Juliet and running off to start the Silver Horde. Just the old people mercenary company.
I wasn't told to expect any additional workers. This is quite excellent. We need assistance in finishing the excavation of this plinth, and we'll need some assistance in translation. But I do believe that Kalarel will be very pleased with this find. Yes, indeed.
I imagine, yeah.
Yes, quite. It's exciting, isn't it?
It is, yeah, no, honestly, I can barely contain myself. This is stellar.
Can you make a deception check?
Sure.
You were really selling it there. Oh my god, you were! Bye guys!
Oh, no.
You are here to help in his divine plan, right? I mean, why else would you be here? You wouldn't possibly be here to interfere, right?
Of course. I haven't said anything, but this immediately piques my interest.
When I hear him say divine, does anything with Kalarel like ring for Juliet?
Nope, not a thing. That is a name you have never heard before.
Yeah, you're only familiar with Kal-El.
So, please, indulge me. What is your name?
I'm Taryn.
Taryn. I am Agrid. And if you are who I believe you to be, then you will know what his intentions are.
I'm sort of just gonna kind of be here. I think he's getting a little, he might be getting a little nervous. So I just kind of,
Kind of elbow Juliet.
I kind of square up my shoulders a little bit, just to kind of,
So please, I would love to hear what you're doing here again, Terran, my friend. How are you here to help with Lord Caloral's designs?
My friend is no good when dripping with venom.
Honestly, I'm more concerned about the fact that he said again.
Shouldn't have let the young ones go alone.
Always gotta babysit them.
You know, I was never much one for subtlety.
Oh no!
Oh no!
I'm just like
I'm immediately
my
just
sword
like,
and Milo's hand.
Yeah, I'm trying my bow.
Well, I suppose we dig it up then.
Indeed.
We had heard that there were some people digging around here that shouldn't be digging. From the local wizard, no digging is supposed to be allowed here.
Well, you have to hide the body somewhere.
That is not
of
thing that
course.
you should say lightly.
Lads, I believe that we have some interlopers. Kill them, carve a crest with their blood, and do Caloral's will.
I immediately pull my scimitars out.
Can I have initiatives?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear.
You said we had a short rest on the way here?
We had a short rest.
Yes, you did.
I don't get any spells when I have a short rest.
No, I don't think so.
No.
You're not cool like me.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I know there's one class that does. Pretty sure it's not cleric, though.
No, I mean,
That's why I only get one spell slot.
Oh, I misread that for a second. I thought you guys all rolled intelligence checks, and I was like, why did you roll that? I misread the tag.
Yeah, I thought that's what Van rolled too until I reread it.
Alright, so top of the order. He is going to... The guard on the far hill is going to turn, and he's going to shoot an arrow at Terran. That did not... I did the thing where I didn't target one of you. Terran, that's a 9 to hit.
You made Terran
The sword in the top corner.
Okay.
Oh, I did. I must have had... Oh, that's why. Because I had you clicked on so I could see what your range, your sight range was.
Why you hitting
okay.
yourself? Why you hitting yourself?
That's a 9 to hit your AC, which I do believe misses.
Yes.
Yeah, so an arrow whistles through and embeds itself into the dirt in front of you, as this halfling on the ridge just sort of glares down at you, and you see these other guys all turn, and they drop they're holding their shovels and picks tightly, and Terran, the couple of the robe guys that you can see, you now see that they are not of the build you would expect archaeologists to be. These guys are pretty jacked, and they've got tattoos up their arms.
Are the tattoos perhaps of books?
From Terran's distance, from Terran's distance, you can't tell, but you can definitely tell that they are not the sort that you would expect to be archaeologists.
I will attempt to move back.
I heart a picture of a shovel, maybe?
And I will attempt to shoot that guy with my bow.
Sure.
Oh no, poor that guy.
So you launch an arrow, and it streaks through True, and you catch him full on. And he staggers back with an arrow sticking out of his chest.
Alright, and there's my turn.
Milo.
I guess I will poke my nose around the corner.
It's time to finally actually see everything.
I know, I haven't seen anything yet.
So from your vantage point here, you can see that there's a couple of these robed guys with these wide hats. They're holding the shovels in their hands in a way that suggests that they're going to use them as weapons and not to dig in the dirt. And they're pretty big guys. The one closest to you, closest to the plinth in the middle is the one. Yeah, him. He's the one with the arrow sticking out of his chest.
I cannot tell what number that is as far as range. Oh, there it is. 53. Okay.
53.2. Your mouse wheel should be your scroll.
Yeah, I didn't realize scroll made the text bigger too until I did it and was like, oh, I feel dumb. Okay, so I am going to attempt to...
Oh no, Daleks.
He's gonna attempt to disconnect.
Yep,
Did
that's
it work?
exactly what I'm gonna do. I failed at that too, jeez.
That's probably... Okay, you might need to turn the camera.
Oh, that's like a full
Okay, good.
disconnect.
Oh.
I'm grabbing
Oh no.
Um...
Oh, am I going too?
No, it's Daleks every time.
No, Dalex's camera is gone. Hold on, guys. Technical
No.
difficulties.
I am Grognar.
Did he fully disconnect from Discord and everything? It doesn't look like he disconnected from Fantasy Grounds.
He disconnects. He's offline on Discord full stop, so... That may just be him restarting it, but...
Yeah, I don't have a backup overlay where you guys are fitted for 3 yet.
This bodes
Lovely
well.
weather we're having.
Yes.
Yeah. You didn't disconnect from Fantasy Grounds, though.
Yeah, I don't know if it was his internet. I think it was some weird Discord bug. Cause remember when he rejoined, as soon as he turned on his cam, he got disconnected again. Oh, never mind. Is it not in?
Nope, there he goes from Fantasy Grounds. Okay, so he's full dropped.
His PC froze now. Alright.
PC hard froze. Okay, so we're gonna pass on his turn. I apologize for the messy cameras here, guys. We'll get everyone back in their correct spots soon. And I will fix the overlay for emergency backups. We're going. I do not know what Daleks was going to do, so we're just going to pass his turn. Oh wait, is he back?
Yeah.
He joined the voice.
Kind of.
Hi,
I'm
Daleks.
still waiting for Steam to come up so I can rejoin the other bit.
Sure. Then we will be patient. How about I put us on a be right back, and we'll be back in a moment as soon as the technical difficulty fixes. Don't go away, guys. We'll be right back. over to the game.
And we're back.
Alright guys, we're back. Sorry about that. This is what happens when you play D&D on the internet entirely. It happens sometimes. It's fun.
The Florida dog, it probably chewed his cable.
Alright, Milo.
Anymore. I still have Cultist 15 targeted.
Oh, I hold on.
Either, actually, so.
They do not want to load onto the map with mask sensitivity enabled. They just come in and go, no, I'm not here. And I'm like, yes, you are. The whole point of line of sight stuff was that you just show up when people can see you.
It's okay.
You know they really don't.
It's okay if they're not there. It is not okay if they're invisible. There is a difference.
That is true.
Alright, Milo.
Throw a hex on Mr. Arrow in the chest.
That's his name now?
Action. Yep. And then I will take my action to cast a cantrip and completely botch the roll.
Laser pointer, go! Oh, damn.
Ooh.
That's one heck of a botched roll.
Why did it not, like, say I crit or anything? Let's see.
Because I don't think it tells you your results of your hit, but
there
you
you go.
definitely crit. Yeah.
Oh.
So, you utter your hex on him and then fire an eldritch blast, and it strikes, and Grognar, you just see this pillar of smoke and dirt go up in the air, and when it clears, there's nobody there anymore.
Oh,
I'm,
wow.
I'm then gonna creep back into the shadows.
There's one less person that I have to worry about.
Should do that more often.
He finally bought a real laser pointer, we just didn't see it.
If I weren't focused on the, oh dear. Oh dear.
Oh, it's getting closer.
What are we ODing
Don't
I
worry
don't
about
know
it.
either. I love the line
It
of
may
sight
or
stuff.
may
It's
not be the
great.
Florida dog. You guys will be okay, maybe.
Like, between Sirenscape and Fantasy Ground Unity having line of sight instead of the old version, like, oh my god, the environmental, like, effects are great.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, how does this work? Sorry. Bear with me.
Is it Florida Dog's turn?
No,
Florida dog already had
Florida
it.
dog. Florida dog moved, and it got about as far as he can go at the moment.
I'm gonna
It's
turn over
fine.
to Mila and be like, I don't like how we don't know where this Florida Dog is.
The actual enemy name is Florida dog now.
I've never heard of it, but it sounds terrifying, and yet somehow familiar.
So Agrid will, the gnome is going to, you hear him call out, hit me if you can! And I don't think any of you can actually see him at the moment, but he is going to target himself.
I can see him just barely.
Dude, I just vaporized your buddy. Are you sure you want to scream that?
And, Taryn, you see that he just sort of starts to, like, it's like he's, like, there's, like, 5 of him in the same, movement. Like, there's shadow copies all around of him. And he's gonna move.
Freaking ninjas.
Where was it here? 5, 10, 15, 20. Oh, he can only go to here. Yeah. He does not have as much move as I thought he did. That's okay.
Yeah, that's something I've had to get used to. Suddenly playing a halfling, I'm 5 feet short of everything. And that's not even a height joke.
This guy's gonna come over to Grognar and take a swing at him with the edge of his shovel. Which you easily deflect, Grognar.
Oh, there are a lot of guys.
He says a lot, not OBC 1.
Yeah, no, there are. Don't worry. There's a lot of guys. You can trust this.
Juliet.
Let's see.
Guess, be cautious.
Oh, right, hold on. I have to go over.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah, you'll have to move around.
Oh boy.
Nobody ever messes up climbing checks, and nothing ever.
You want to take your
goes
10
wrong
to go
with
there
you.
first?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably for
10
the
feet to
best.
there.
Oh, Florida.
Huh.
Oh, boy.
I don't know what just happened yet.
I
Vance
saw more of the
discovered what the
world.
rest of us see.
I
So,
figured
you
it's
step
like
out
that.
f- you-
Oh, no.
You step out from behind the large rock, Juliet, and you can see this sort of like shadowy, shimmery gnome in the distance by a pile of rocks. Three of these sort of bruiser-looking guys in robes carrying shovels, and this dog-sized reptile thing.
I don't like Florida dog.
Florida dog's cool.
You
That's
think?
what we should do. Take out everyone else and tame Florida dogs.
Yeah. Who here is good at taming animals?
I can only move 10 feet.
So that's 20 feet total that you've moved?
Oh, did I? Oh, I moved 10 feet, right?
You move 10 feet and then you move down.
Yep,
10
you move
feet,
10 and then another 10, so you've got 10 more feet of movement.
Can't believe you have 10 feet.
I mean, I'm willing to risk one of Grognar's fingers to tame Florida dog.
Hey,
I'm a merchant. I gotta use mine to count. I'm not smart enough to count in my head.
I'll have you know that I use all of my fingers to handle eating utensils and kitchen knives and other things.
Sure.
Bye,
It's
Juliet.
just that. What do you mean bye?
You walked
Oh,
off
what's the
out
dive?
of my
Never mind.
vision. You're gone.
It'll be a disadvantage, but it's fine. I want to throw my axe at. Actually, I'm gonna throw it at the guy that's straight in front of me then, not Florida dog, because the guy that's in front of
Sure.
Grognar has been hit before, right?
No.
Oh, he has.
We hit the one
no,
guy twice and he
the-
died, but nobody else has been hit yet.
Yeah, no one else has been hit.
Just throw it at one of them. Who knows?
Wild swing.
So,
Maybe you'll throw
control
it at
click on the...
Oh
I don't know
dear.
why it keeps saying that you moved a little bit. Control click on the target that you're gonna attack, whatever it is. There we go.
Target. Oh no, you're targeting Florida dog.
Let's try checking it. Oh.
Oh. It
You're
tried
You're
to
gonna
be
put a dent in
20.
the tablet.
It just your throw goes wild and just sort of clatter. The hand axe clatters to the ground without doing anyone any harm.
When I realize that it just kind of flies over, I'm just gonna bring out my warhammer and shield and hunker down. There's literally nothing else I can do. We
Sure.
need rest.
I mean, we did. Just
Push the button?
rest, though.
That doesn't do anything for a cleric.
It does for
Think of the
me.
healing you get though.
Grognar,
All right.
I'm glad we didn't also do the code.
I'm going to try and deal with this cultist who has presented himself in front of me.
Sure.
I don't even have to move, so let's give him a good couple slashes with the old scimitar.
No shame.
Oh no!
He parries your first strike.
What a pair of high rollers.
Right, well, I guess I'll...
Last session was Grognar's,
try-
this session is Milo's.
Yeah, I guess I'll try another one.
Make sure you target. Oh, you haven't targeted. Okay, you're good. Go ahead.
Yep. There we go.
Better.
He does significantly less good at parrying your secondary strike.
Alright, let's do some damage. There we are.
You cut him pretty deep, and he just sort of glares at you, and he's like, "I will drink your blood."
Whoa, excessive. Calm down, buddy.
We wouldn't be doing this if you weren't digging here.
Note to self, fighting barbarians. That dude is raging.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll call it good for now. Please excuse me for just a moment.
Sure. Our halfling friend. Going to go. What is this?
Is he our friend or your friend, Sasha?
I mean, he's
He's
everybody's
someone's
friend.
friend.
She said halfling. I'm like, wait a minute. I went. Then she said friend. I'm like, yeah, that's not me.
He will whistle, and you can see the reptile sort of perk up, and he will point to Terran across the pit, and the creature will turn and face that way.
No, Florida man is
No, not.
Florida dog at you.
Okay, well, I mean, I was, gonna stay put, but I think I'm gonna relocate myself a little bit. And I will attempt to shoot this guy.
Go for it. No, your arrow goes wide.
Alright, and that's my turn.
Milo.
Look
Time to
at
bring out
all
your heavy
these-
duty laser pointer again.
Come look at all these magnificent people.
Yeah, now you're about to see.
Okay. I can communicate as a free action, right?
Sure.
I want to use my warlock telepathy stuff on Cultist 10 real quick. All I want to do is in first person manner put the thought in his head from me, I left the stove on. I'm gonna move the hex to, I'm guessing, Florida Dog, and see if we can make the puppy go away. It was trying.
Yeah, I know, I saw it. It's like, I'm gonna be a 20. I'm gonna be a 20. No.
Just whoosh, and just flies right past it.
I have to bring out the kid's laser pointer again. Come on.
Oh no, you don't.
Run away!
Currents AFK. So the current drink is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. As it tries to go 30, 35.
Just keep going around and up the hill.
50, 55, 60. But it's going to incur an opportunity attack from Grognar for doing that.
to chase
Can
you,
I
but better
roll
you than me.
his basic attack?
That's it goes.
I think he's walking in. Did it work?
Oh,
Because it only gave us
Hey,
shadows.
Kern.
Yeah.
Guard Drake surely
Yeah.
traveled a ways.
Yeah, no, he sure did.
He did. So what you missed while you were gone was the halfling around the side. He moved around the side of the pit. He whistled and the drake perked up and he pointed at Terran, and then the drake just bolted right past you. I didn't know if you were back yet, and you weren't at the time. But you took a swing at it as it ran past you, and you hit it for 7 damage.
Oh, neat. Very good. That's totally what I would have done.
No. 20, 40 feet away. Ooh. He is at disadvantage on this. He's going to try to throw a dart at you, Grogner.
Yee.
Oops, did not mean to do that.
So many dice.
That looked very scary.
It's okay. It's okay. None of the rules worked, so, he missed you.
Ultra
That's
quadruple advantage.
No, he's just outside his target range, so he had disadvantage. And I double clicked it, but it all failed. I literally think all of it failed. What is your AC, Grogner?
16.
16. Yeah, the highest I rolled was a 15 on all 4 of those dice. Yeah, so none of it hit you. The cultist is going to take a swing at you with his shovel. And nope. So it's going to go.
You're doing great, guys. Keep up the good work.
Yes.
15. Gonna take a swing at Juliet. And his shovel is just gonna clang right off of your shield. Yeah. You take 7 points of slashing damage as you realize that the edge of the shovel is sharpened and bladed.
Oh, that hurts a lot.
Juliet!
Weaponized shovels?
Oh god.
Tattooed archaeologists?
We're boned. That's
Yeah, no, absolutely.
especially if we just keep missing,
Yeah, no, we've hit what, twice so far? 3 times?
Oh.
Was that meant to be at the guard drake?
No, sorry, at the occultist. I forgot to pick him.
Yeah, change your target, reroll. You're still targeting the guard drake.
Untarget
Hold
the
on.
dog, yeah.
There you go.
How does this work?
Oh,
Oh, now you have
you
no
don't have any targets. There you go.
I wonder if my control button is working.
Hey!
There you go.
Ooh. I guess if we hit spectacularly, otherwise we miss.
Just screw up continuously because anytime Sasha gives somebody another roll, it's a crit. It's just a rule.
So he comes up and he like thrusts at you with the end of the shovel, and you deflect it with your shield, and then you just bring your warhammer around and just clock him across the head, and he just spins and drops into a heap.
to then use my movement to move up and give Grognar that
Ooh.
flanking bonus.
There you go. Alright, Grognar. Hold on, let me remove you of the Drake targeted for your opportunity attack that you took. Targeting Cultist 4 gives you advantage, targeting Cultist 10 does not.
Okay, well, I'm gonna use my second wind feature first.
Sure.
And I'm going to... I get a D10 plus 1 in HP back, so we'll see what, I guess, can I just click on it? How do I do...
What did you...
Wait,
What happened here? You don't look like you took damage. Whatever.
Oh,
You do.
it said,
HP
yeah,
7.
I should have 7 hit points taken away.
Yeah, no, okay, it does on your character sheet. The combat tracker didn't look like it updated properly. Okay, no, your character sheet is right, though. Your character sheet is
Should I
right.
just click on the second wind feature, or should I just roll a D10?
It's under your abilities, yeah? Second wind.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1d10 plus your fighter level, so 1d10 plus 1. I don't think you have an actual second wind action. I might be able to set that up for you if I remember. So just roll a d10, and we'll add 1 to it, and you'll get that many hit points back.
Well, that was a 9, so I get all of my hit points back. And
Why did
I'm
you roll
going to
the
take
10?
advantage.
Did you roll it in the chat box?
It didn't go quite in the chat box.
It might need to, I forget.
Yeah, it needs to go in the chat box.
Okay, hold on.
I'm gonna... Yeah, there we go. I'm still gonna give you the 10, because...
Okay.
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter. An 8 still heals you to full anyway.
Right. And then
So,
I'm going to take advantage on this cultist that is behind, or that is in front of Van here. It's a bonus action, so it just counts as something I would have
Sure.
had. Okay, so then I guess I just get to die. Click on him. There we go. Alright, let us attack. Alright,
Boom.
swing number 1.
You land that one.
Damage, aw.
You cut him pretty bad, but it's not enough.
Then we will go in for slash number 2. Oh, well. Alright, let's get that second attack in. There we go.
So your first cut, he brings an arm up and your blade cuts into his arm and he sort of holds it there. He's just, you can tell like he's in pain, but he's like super angry and he's just like, I am going to kill you. So, and you just run him through in the chest and he's, and then he just drops.
Ah, good. This situation is turning around a little bit.
I think it's too early to celebrate just yet.
I did only say a little.
Anything else, Grognar?
Nope, that's it. I end my turn. I just remembered.
Okay. Right. Top of the order. Our halfling. Oh, 5, 10. 15. He's not really getting anywhere useful. Kieran.
Can I dash?
Yeah.
Just like dash off the screen.
I'm just hoping I can take a reaction and an
Yeah,
athletics roll to jump on his back as
All
he
right.
comes by.
So Tyrion runs this big loop around the Drake and heads back down towards Milo. You can see the Drake sort of turn. You can see the Drake turn on its heels and follow him as he runs. And now he's looking in both of your directions.
Yep, thanks.
More towards Tyrion, because Tyrion's up a hill a little bit from you, Milo, but he is looking in your direction.
Okay, so to my left, it looks like there are two rocks with no area to squeeze through. Am I correct there?
The big rocks?
Yeah, the big green ones, not the little infinity.
Yeah, no.
Rocks,
you can climb on top of them. It's treated as difficult terrain to get on top of them or to get down off of them. But once you're on them, it's just treated as normal terrain.
Is there any kind of a roll to get up?
Nope, just treated as difficult terrain. So if you were going from where you are now, yeah, so that would be 5, 10, 15. Yep.
Does this give me height on, I'm guessing, everybody but the Drake?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna attack the Drake anyways.
Okay.
Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take one more step back.
Oh,
with
boy.
just a
Sure.
little extra distance between us. And then I will shoot, still having the hex on it, and pew pew. No pew.
Whoosh.
Tried to pew,
Patch
but
of-
failed.
Patch of grass behind the Drake lights up in purpley green flame. Drake is going to go 5, 10,
At least I haven't hit it yet, so I haven't made it mad.
30.
Oh, goodness.
It's going to try to bite you. That'll hit.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
As it grabs hold of you and just hauls you to the ground, Taryn is just...
I'm out of spaghetti sauce. You're obviously the leader because you're wearing pinkish red robes.
You don't say. Oh boy.
Oh.
Grosvenor, you feel this sharp pinprick in the gap, like at the side of your neck where your collar ends, and you find a dart stuck in your neck.
Oh.
Make a Constitution save.
Oh, dear.
This is going great!
Oh, no.
You are poisoned.
No.
Well, we survived session 1.
Yeah,
You met your goal.
Ooh, updating on the combat tracker. 1 second here, Karen. I'm gonna refresh you on the combat tracker because it doesn't look like you're updating properly.
Okay.
I see
the poisoned on it from me, yeah.
Yeah, but when he takes damage, it's not updating properly.
Oh.
I can't see that, so I can't comment.
How do I fix that?
Somebody decided long ago that we were looking at hit points too much
Oh.
and hit them.
We're in a bit of a bad way now.
I mean, some of
No,
you
that's not what I want to do.
Health.
Somebody's on a rock and doing fine.
I will figure it out later. I will just manage.
Somebody has to tell the tale.
Who's got
Yeah, no,
two
somebody-
thumbs and 2 working feet? This guy.
I will figure out why it's not updating properly later. It's not important
Okay.
Our cultist is going to try and take you down since you keep carving through all of his friends.
Oh.
He's able to land a hit.
Oh no.
I'd like to cast Charm Demon.
Juliet!
I'm gonna peer for the flank bonus. I hope that's enough to do something.
Okay.
Can I roll at advantage? Is that what it is?
Roll with advantage, yeah.
Come on, big bonk.
That's a hit.
Okay.
Good damn.
You wheel around behind him and crack him in the back of the head with your hammer, and he just drops like a stone.
Man, I bought the wrong kind of hammer at the item shop I'm seeing.
You made a mistake.
You would have healing kit be like a full action use, right? Not a bonus.
Use item.
Yes? Yes.
Yes, as a full action.
Do you have the thing that lets you, like, heal with it that I had way back when?
The feet.
Oh, I don't think so. No, never mind.
I think it's still useful without the feet. I just forget exactly.
It is. Without the feet, you can use it to stabilize. With the feet, you can use it to
So
actually, like, confer healing. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So we would use it on Terra, not Grognar, in this situation.
Huh.
Gotcha. Okay. Then,
Oops.
Oh no, he's flying off the rock.
Anything else, Juliet?
Literally because my finger slipped.
I'm gonna use the rest of my movement. God, nice, we get smacked up with it. Yeah, let's start to move back a bit.
Hold the line.
Yeah, basically.
Grognar.
Am I gonna take poison? Oh, I'm scared. I might fall over.
Yeah,
No, I don't believe poison does
Poison
that
is like
in 5e.
disadvantage on attack rolls, I believe.
Oh, they changed it. Okay.
Poison isn't damage, it's a status effect.
Yeah.
Gross.
What is poison?
If
It
you get hit by
is
poison.
disadvantage
I
on attack
wish
rolls and
my-
ability checks.
Yeah.
No status
Yes.
effect in D&D is friendly.
Yeah.
Shocking.
So yeah, you have disadvantage on your attacks, but you're not taking damage.
Okay.
Oh, my tablet won't browse the internet.
I don't know if I should run up to that guy or not. I'm not really in a good way.
No, and we have the Florida dog behind us.
And
Terry.
vaguely in the background you hear Leroy Jenkins.
Taryn is down. I need to try and get to him, but the dog is there.
Just
Oh.
pet the dog, you'll be fine.
Pet the dog.
I think we might have to kind of pull back at this point, honestly.
Ignore combat, pet Florida dog. Lose hand, gain pet.
I think I'm gonna try and pull. I'm gonna attempt to head over towards Terran and maybe try and get him out of a bad situation.
Okay.
Over there and sternly say no. Drop it.
No, I'm not gonna
Sit,
sternly
dog.
say no. I don't know if this will work. I don't even know if I can get over. I want to pull him away.
Can you get over to
I don't know
him?
if you'll be able to reach me and also do an action on this turn.
I I guess if I dash, I could go over there, but that would be my whole turn, and then I'm sure Florida Dog would try and eat me.
This
So I think
combat music is way less combat music and more suspense.
I think for now I'm just gonna go right here,
Okay.
and I'm just kind of gonna, you know, chill out for a minute.
Okay.
That's 10 rounds. That's too long.
Not literally a minute.
Alright. So, top of the round. You hear, 'cause I don't think... Can you see him? No? Ben? No. No. Okay, so Milo got Milo, you can see the halfling whistle again, and the Gurdrick perks up. But the Gurdrick can't actually see him from here. And then he's going to go somewhere. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
It's one of those unsettling things, hearing that something's moving and you can't see it.
Taryn, I need a death save.
Oh, there it is.
That's a success.
Oh.
Stop throwing errors, fantasy nerds. Milo.
Alright. I have had enough of this guy's bullshit. We are going to start attacking him. And at least
Get him,
make
Milo.
worry. That should undo from the dog. I don't know why it did what it did. I forget that it's casting on self for some reason. But then I will use my regular action to attempt to
hold on.
nuke him. Yes.
Okay, but before you do that, you have Hex on you twice. I'm going to remove one of them so that it doesn't roll twice.
Yep.
There you go.
Okie doke.
You fire out and you feel like that was pretty close, but it just passes right through one of his shadow clones.
Of course it does.
Oh, he had clones.
Yeah, he used that earlier.
That's right. I forgot.
Oh, is that why it got a disadvantage?
Yeah, he looks kind of blurry to you.
I will use my movement to lay prone.
Okay.
Look, I mean, he can see the archer guy, so you know, we get it. Maybe. Possibly. Oh, I don't like the Drake.
It makes me harder to hit from a distance.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping the Drake isn't running up to me since I'm now prone. Because that would be terrifying.
That I was thinking. You
It
just
was a
literally made yourself
calculated risk.
like a free meal at it.
Token. Juliet, you hear a dirt fly by you as the shimmery gnome hurls one in your direction, but he misses.
Holy
Can
crap,
I take a
17
free
misses?
action to curse at the gnome in his language? Because I know gnomish.
Sure. So here's a fun thing you can do. Here's a fun feature of Fantasy Grounds. In the chat box, right above it, there's a drop-down menu. If you open the drop-down menu, it has a bunch of languages. So you can pick Gnomish, and then you can type out your curse, and the only people who can read it are people who speak Gnomish.
That's actually super cool.
It is.
I like that.
It's extra super cool when you take monster languages.
Mm-hmm.
You just start having a conversation with the monster in the middle of battle. Everyone else is just dying.
Not that I've ever done that.
Juliet, it is your turn.
Felix, no.
I'm just gonna dash on over to first. Dash over to Terran.
Sure.
You should have another 15 if you're actually
Yeah.
dashing.
Spare to dying is a full action, so I'll do it this turn.
Okay.
Yeah, full action, so I'll do it this turn.
Ragnar.
Seeing as I'm by the rock, I'll whisper to Milo and I'll be like, "Hey, we should probably take this opportunity to get out of here."
Probably not wrong.
And I will head on over towards Terran
Some
as
heroes we
well.
are.
Or I can like move, sit here and catch Milo and then dash off on the next turn.
I mean, it's just difficult terrain. It's not like I'm gonna.
It's a 30-foot drop.
All right, I'll head on over here then.
Yeah, it'd be different if I was getting down the cliff face, but this is just difficult terrain.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Are you picking them up? Or?
I'll pick him up.
Sure. Easy
I'll
enough.
have to wait till next turn. Or yeah, I guess I'll do it right now, and then once the next round comes out, we'll get on out of here.
Did you use your full
So you hurry around. You sort of pause for a second. And you pick up Terran's unconscious form, throw him over your shoulder.
Yep.
Did you use your action yet? Or?
I haven't used an action yet, but I don't really have anything I can do other than get out of the battlefield, I suppose.
Because you could dash is an action.
Suppose I could take him and...
Yeah, you can move again.
Well, alright.
Yeah,
I
you
guess
can
we'll
take him
just
in the book.
I guess we'll just kind of go, yeah, this way. Boop.
I'm just picturing like the running animation from Final Fantasy VI when you're trying to leave the area.
I don't think it will actually let you off the map because I put a wall there to keep it just from doing line of
right.
sight into forever. But that's fine. So yeah,
Yep,
you
I'll
are effectively off the map. The archer is going to try and take a shot at Milo. If this doesn't roll with disadvantage, Alex, I'm going to roll it again. I want to make sure that it works. It should roll with disadvantage.
It should.
It looks like it did.
There's
did.
height too, but it won't read the height.
That's some disadvantage.
Oh!
Disadvantage still hit with a
Wow.
20.
At least it wasn't a nat one.
Yeah, fortunately.
I hope.
It wasn't.
I'm about to lose Milo.
He was the chosen one to tell the tale.
And now I'm the one farthest from leaving.
Yeah.
And you take 8 damage.
Oh.
Oh my lord.
Oh no!
I'm so glad I laid down.
Oh gosh.
Taryn, you're off the field. I'm not gonna make you make a death save now. You're off the field. We'll worry about that later. Milo!
Okay.
Get out.
So I guess first I'll use half my movement to stand up,
Okay.
which leaves me with 10 because I'm a halfling. I will now move 5 and execute a dash so that I can get down for 10 more, meaning I have 15 left.
What is your speed? 25.
5?
So
a dash gets me that far.
Oh boy.
yeah, okay. Here you go.
Run!
Run!
My stubby little legs are moving.
So you the archer like lobs like arcs an arrow and it nails Milo in the like between his shoulder blades, and you hear him cry out, and he just like scampers down off the rock, rolls down onto the ground, and does his best to run in the direction you guys approached the dig site from. And you can hear Agrid call out, "Run like the master will succeed, and your souls will belong to Barracks. You cannot escape your fate."
Did he say Belias?
Yep. Juliet?
So I believe I should have enough if, let's see. If I go here first, and then... How do I toggle it so it... Like, I can continue moving?
You just keep moving.
Oh, so 10 there, and then 20. I'm gonna pick up Milo.
Okay.
I still have 10 left, and then just dash out. Come on. We're getting out of here.
Oh god, run!
We're walking into the void.
I can just see Juliet coming up behind me and grabbing a handful of collar and arrow and just dragging.
Just carrying you by the arrow out.
And this is where we're going to call it for a night.
With a rousing
We'll pick up-
victory.
Oh, great.
Well-
Session 2.
We're gonna pick up with everyone next Wednesday. Holy crap, guys!
Yeah.
Oh,
We're alive.
gosh.
You are?
Technically, yes.
Spoken to Terran.
We're more alive than some of your other parties have been.
Yeah. So I want to thank my players for playing. Thank you so much for coming out. Thank you everyone in chat who hung out with us here tonight. It means a lot to us that you guys come and hang out. Thank you to the resubs and the new subs and the new follows. You guys are fantastic. Thank you so much. We play every Wednesday night starting at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. I'm Sasha Jace, your DM. My players are Karn Lowbreeze as Grognar. I gotta bring up your screen because I forget what order you guys are in. Vanamore as Juliet Von Aster. Dalix is Milo Greenbottle. Zyprax is Terran Kirith. We'll be back in a week. I'm super excited. This has been pretty, it's been a ride, to say the least. I'm super excited for next week.
It's been super fun so far.
Alright guys, that's all for me tonight. Do we have any announcements from you guys?
I have more help than Terran.
Good announcement.
That's a good
come
point.
watch some of us on
That's true.
Fridays. We play Final Fantasy. Karn will be there. Sasha will be there. I'll be there.
Yes. I think we're.
Dalix will be in chat.
Probably.
Anything from you, Van?
More Final Fantasy 6 tomorrow. I have a community day this Saturday. Smash, Mario Kart. Be playing Left 4 Dead as well. So
Sounds good. Alright guys, that's all for us. Have yourselves a great rest of your week. Hopefully we'll see you guys around some of our other streams. And I look forward to next Wednesday. Have a good night, everyone. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.